See you, buddies.
Have a good one, everyone. Friday.
What's that all about?
I don't know. I don't know. I must have hit the wrong button.
Maybe let's go to Warner's whiteboard. What did you see?
yeah. We'll get into all of it.
I saw the back of my eyelids when it was 3-1.
Well, when it's a 2, I mean, we've learned that a lot the last couple of days.
Tuck it in.
Tuck it in.
Tuck it away.
It's a lead. Don't
Whatever.
Hey, welcome to the show. It's a presentation of Bet365. Whatever the moment, never ordinary at Bet365. Be 19 or older. Please play responsible. Use that code NATION when you sign up. Numbers would have been moving a little bit last night.
Yeah.
1-0. 1-1. 3-1. 3.
Plus a lot for Anaheim to get back in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, darn.
Because when you decided to shut off your brain, it was what?
3-1. Just between 8 and 5 minutes left.
But there wasn't a lot of time because it was 1-0, and then it went 1-1, then 2-1, 3-1, 3-2, 3-3, all very, very quickly.
So we didn't win?
Remember about the super chat. If you're in the live chatteroo today on the YouTube, we'll take the money that you donate, give it to the Youth Centers of Calgary, and we will show your message on the show. I guess there won't be any handsome Dan money coming in.
Maybe some Disco Dave. Can we get some Disco Dave?
You know what I love is you can interact with the program in the comments. Jack's got a nice question in there, a little poll question.
Oh, yeah?
Are we dead?
Eh?
Well,
bring out your dead.
I think there's a chance that
this guy here is dead.
Yeah.
Jack, I can't be around these negative tricks all the time. Let's get out of here and go.
Let's go for a drink.
Go for a drink.
Go for a drink. Yeah.
Masters is on.
Oh God, what a day we could have! Instead of sitting around here getting beat about the head because the Flames lost. Not our fault, Jack.
Brett would have protected that lead. You guys would have sat on.
You know what? Let's get into. Let's really dissect it. Let's get into it.
Okay.
I'm gonna need.
Let's get legal. Let's get right. Just kind of fine tooth comb this thing. Cloud law. Wonder how the morale is. Is it? Do you think it's the same over there? A lot of Flames fans.
I'm hoping they're busy, which they typically are, and they can't slow down to keep going.
Yeah.
I did hear from one of our friends at McLeod Law yesterday about the 17th, our playoff draft, and they're playing some 3D chess, trying to move up the draft board. I'll tell you that.
Already. Well, at least they're focused on
that
something
over.
positive.
Shuffle these for a couple picks. It's going to be good.
You have one phone call. There's nobody answering. What's going on over there? Oh, hello. Hi. Hey, real bad news. Behind bars. I need help. Barn burner what? Playoff who? Shit. That won't happen. That scenario will. Nope. I mean, you might be behind bars and have one phone call.
That situation definitely could.
You can count on McLeod Law in that case to be at your side. Litigating. They love it. God, they love a good litigation. Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
What?
Even if they won, I wonder if when this is all said and done, 82 games have passed us by. If we look by and it's not 2 points, may not be the be all end all.
Well, you only lost 1 point.
It's only 1 point, really.
2 points.
Yeah.
Why? We need to make sense of this. Let's get right to it. Pike's got the new grid.
Oh well, we saw how well it.
Pike bomb, it's a pike bomb. Pike bomb, baby, big pike bomb, pike bomb.
Yeah.
It's a pike bomb. Get ready for a big pike bomb.
Wild of 3 games left.
That's bad.
That's bad.
Yeah. If they win 0, all you need to do is win 3 of your 4.
They're right there for the taking. I think
it's good.
And if they win 1 game, all you got to do is run the table and you're in.
Wait 1 second. Shift your focus, Dean. Shift your damn focus.
Oh, we shifted focus?
I
Jack?
think we got the wrong team up
We
there.
got the wrong graph? What you talking about?
Just wait 1 second here. I'm doing the math on this. It says here that St. Louis games played.
Okay, well, just wait.
So what? You think?
Hold on.
You think Pike's got
I
a?
was going to say, you think we? See, too fast. Too fast. You got to set it up. You got to set it up.
Yeah, I needed to chew on
You got
it,
to
yeah.
see. You got all hot and horny there. You have to set it up the bit. There it is.
Wow.
So if the Blues win one of their last
Uh-huh.
two, you only have to run the table.
Feels like there's a lot more of one color than.
It
Both
doesn't
those
matter,
another
Dean.
one.
You only need one lottery ball.
This one doesn't have the someone must win 411. I know that always.
That's always a thing. Yeah. I don't know if
a lot of blue there.
Oh shit. We can get to 86. Let's go.
86, 96.
96. That's the word or number. No. Why can't they beat Vegas when Vegas has packed it in?
Well, maybe they will. It's just that
And
they got
frickin' LA when LA's resting guys.
You could, but you also should be beating Anaheim. And
Oh,
they
well,
couldn't do that.
I told you it was yesterday.
the other thing is that if you go back to the other grid, is that what we call these?
graph.
The other team, the green team,
Mm-hmm.
they were without two very good players up until last night.
Well,
And
the two good
those-
players they still almost blew it against a shitty team too.
yeah, those two players came back and combined for 6 goals.
Oh,
Just-
gun 6.
And 7 points, I believe. Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Did the math.
I was kind of watching it. Yeah, I felt like
I was noticing that as well. And every time I went and updated it on Twitter,
another goal.
they would score again. I'm
Another
like,
goal.
okay, hang on now. That's actually 2 for Joel Eriksson. Oh, now hang on. Another point for Kaprizov. Okay, that's 3 now for Eriksson. Well, hang on. That's a 4-goal game for Joel Eriksson. It's okay, though. San Jose tied up to go in overtime. There's Kaprizov in overtime. It's 7 points between the two guys that were missing. What the hell?
Shift your focus, you dumbasses. We're not worried about Minnesota. We got St. Louis right where we want them. They got Seattle and who? They've lost 2 in a row. Always after a long winning streak, when you lose, what happens?
Yeah, you lose.
You go
You
right in
start
the
losing.
shitter,
Okay.
and then you can't win. So they got to lose 2 more.
The hottest team in the NHL since Feb 1. We're just asking them to lose 4 in a row.
They just
That's it.
lost 2 in a row.
Yeah.
How's that the hottest team?
Well, since Feb 1.
Well, I'll go all the way back, and the hottest team in the NHL is Washington
Okay.
and Winnipeg's. If
Yeah,
you go back
this
to the first,
October.
so you can't just hand pick. We're where we are,
I cherry picked the last 2.5 months. Correct.
right?
They're
So
the best team in the league for the last 2.5 months.
no, I said you can't cherry pick and just
Okay.
arbitrary. Oh, February. We're going to start here. They lost
Can't
2
do
in
it.
a row.
They've lost 2 in a row.
Flames have lost 1 in a row.
The Blues have
So who's
only
hot?
won 12 of their last 14.
Jack,
Fucking you.
these guys are
It feels like
dinks.
it feels
and
like
there's
Ryan's
nothing
not.
to be. Then we, you know what? You were right. Push the button and we're out.
Ryan's
Do
not
the quick reads.
Yeah, no, it's
Let's
too
go.
much reason.
I'm not really
Um,
playing along with the.
I was going to say,
Blues are
I don't
bad.
think he's prepared to shift his focus.
He's
Oh,
an
I think
ass.
you can.
I'm going to shift my focus to attacking you instead of the Flames.
You know what's interesting that you don't even need to shift if you're the Flames. You just need to run the table. The numbers are the same either way.
It's 1 point they
Yeah.
gave up. Jesus. If you got,
That's how dire
Hey,
it was.
can you find the Bruce Boudreau when he goes off in the dressing room?
Surely
Sure.
the f we can deal with this.
Do it
That
again.
one.
Surely the f we can deal with this.
One more time, Dean.
Surely the f we can deal with this.
Jesus. You guys are.
Do you want to do the game where you go through the schedule and we
Wait.
predict the wins? That's a fun
Do you
one.
want to do win loss?
Yeah, that's a good
Hang
one.
on.
Right? Come on,
I'm
you're the
sure-
positive
Or maybe
guy.
a
Let's
point?
go.
win
Hang on.
loss or maybe a point.
He's taking off.
What are
his
you doing?
gear. He's gonna beer. What's he got?
No, he's getting something. He's
He's wearing shorts today.
I'm
by
not
the way.
sure what he's. He might be leaving. It's hard to say.
Maybe he is going to drink. Jack.
Either way, it's going to be a big game tomorrow.
Bugatti.
It's a Bugatti, and we invite you to go to Richmond's pub. What's he?
I don't know what he's doing.
He's now just pacing around the.
Here's the thing about Richmond's probably get the sound on, which you're going to want for
That's
that
right.
game. It's Bugatti.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a Friday night, late start. Let's have a couple barn burner blondes.
Yeah, we drank them out of the old barn burner blondes the other night. Hopefully they got stocked up. But either way, it's an awesome place to watch the game. They got the goal horn. They got TVs everywhere. The food is awesome. Wings are great. The pizza's top shelf. And whether you're watching Flames and Wild or you're shifted your focus to St. Louis, whatever, it'll be a fun night at Richmond's. Always great food. Always great food. 3919 Richmond Road in the heart of Glamorgan. Richmond's Pub. Sports live here.
Uh-oh. Concerned about this.
Welcome back, Brett. See you.
Thanks, Dean.
Good to see you.
What's he doing?
This is Pinder and Boomer's approach to life.
Just wave the white towel.
Yep.
White,
Throw
the
it
white
in.
flag.
It is a good question. Like, at what point is this thing dead versus there's 1%, and if all these 8 things happen and they run the table, then we'll get it. Like, what's, I guess that just depends on how you're wired. And I think the team would probably say until there's an E next to our name, we're not changing anything.
Well, and you know what? Just going, because we should talk about last night's game.
Yeah.
They performed very well. This was not, because not to dig up bones here, but when you guys kind of got into it about dropping a game against maybe a lesser team, you would kind of position it, maybe it's human nature.
Yeah.
That wasn't a human nature loss last night. They outshot them 2-1. They had 6 power plays and couldn't score. This had all the makings of a game that they very much easily could have won.
Yes, but what happened in that 10-second lapse? That to me was a team that just for a moment eased up.
But
and the D zone
but is
gets
it because
soft
it's
for
Anaheim and a
heartbeat?
lesser opponent, or just because they had a break?
I don't know. But what I do know is that the bottom third of this league beats the top third a lot. This isn't like the NFL where a bottom dweller team gets pumped by 40. You see upsets all the time.
Their first loss in 10 in the building.
I know. And so again, when you have 4 games, even if it's against the bottom 10 teams of the league, you can't lock in 8 points. You can't. Like the Toronto just lost to them. Another contender just lost to them. Like Edmonton just lost to them. Like, you just can't say we're better than you. That's a 2-point night because you need everything to go right.
But is that what you think happened?
Not necessarily.
That's all I'm saying. Like they lost to the
played
Ducks.
well. The power play was not good enough. But
39-23 shots were what? 24-12
if
after
you got
2.
to 4 goals, they can't bury teams. They don't have enough offense. Like the goalie had allowed 2 goals for 56 minutes. 1 goal through 56 minutes. You just had, and look, it was not his best 4 minutes of the season, clearly. But if with all that domination and all those chances you talk about, they just needed another couple goals. They don't get to 4. They just don't get to 4.
They don't get to 4.
And so that leaves teams in it when they shouldn't be in it because you've outchanced them so much. The margins for error of this team are so incredibly thin.
And what's tough is they did have the lead. They had a lead, gave it up, resilient as they've been, get it back, and then add an insurance goal.
Yeah, it looked like
then they've proven, we're good enough now.
I was texting with Jack. It's like we've watched this game like 6 times in the last 2 weeks. It's like hang in, tire/bore the opponent, work your tails off,
It was boring.
pull away in the third, and then or overtime you get a bounce and you win. The only difference was here is they had a collapse. I guess what was the other one? Like Dallas. No, it wasn't Dallas. It was the game where they blew it late, 2-goal lead late.
Well, Dallas
happened off.
blew a 3-goal lead.
Trying to think of a Flames game the last little bit where they blew a lead, but
Jersey,
it's rare.
Islanders.
They had the comeback.
Jersey, they roared back
Yeah,
after being down 3-1.
putting them.
Yeah, it was a shitty few minutes for sure. 8 seconds specifically.
Yeah.
You have to score on your power play. It's
6 chances.
And we talk about, I said to Pike last night, I don't know what the tipping point is in terms of numbers, at 3, is it 4, but when you have a power play and it's struggling, at some point the other team is feeding off of the kills more than you are.
Well, they're not concerned about it.
They're like, great.
Whatever.
Okay, let's go. And that last penalty, 8:24, so 10:24 is when 11:49. So a minute and change later, Zegras scores to tie it after they kill off their 6th penalty kill.
Can I just keep beating a dead horse?
Sure.
We're good at it.
A 25, 30 goal scorer.
Well, they added
$5
2
million.
of them technically. Like I think that's the problem, is that it might be the way this team has to play saps guys' offense. I don't think that's a crazy assertion at all.
Well, yeah.
Joel Farabee had 22 last year. He's been very, very pedestrian. Morgan Frost is a guy with incredible high pedigree that you think, at points in his career was going to be a goal scorer that, has done that at times. He's hardly been on the score sheet despite looking like he could win a skills competition.
Do you think that it's the system, or
I think the system's a big part of it.
Because I'm having the same.
I don't have a problem with the system. It's the only way they can win.
They have a combined 5 goals between the two of them.
And so
for Frost
that
and
was the
Farabee.
trade. They went out and they did give up some futures to
You're
go get
just
some
simplifying.
offense.
I get it. They did do that, so they couldn't.
So they were trying to address the offensive shortcomings.
Okay, God, it's like you don't talk to me like I'm a fucking 2-year-old. You've enough today.
I'm not trying to be on you. I'm
are,
sorry.
though.
So
It's
tell
the demeaning tone you have
I don't mean to have that tone. I apologize.
So again, I'm an idiot because I think if
I'm not
they
saying
can get
you're-
to 4 goals,
But your
we
point,
might win some fucking games and
I
be a
agree with
lock
that.
for the playoffs.
I agree with that. My point would be, we haven't, aside from Buffalo trading Cousins.
You only go to
I
one thing.
don't-
It's like you're so stubborn to think that you couldn't phone around the league and Conrad's can't talk to guys. Just because it didn't happen doesn't mean that it couldn't have been approached and you couldn't have found a
I
way.
think they did. I absolutely think they looked.
They
at stuff like that.
evaluated and didn't want to. My point is, why didn't they? And are they going to rue the day where if they get to 4, and how many times have we said it? If you add a 30-goal scorer to this squad, well, the system eliminates. Well, then this is what we have to play.
It's year 1 of a rebuild. I think they're 8 days of jet fuel. I don't think you pay the prices you had to
doesn't-
pay to go get that guy. That's sort of what I think they looked at. They would have
And
looked at
that's
adding
fine.
offense.
But you can still say that and
Mm-hmm.
still say, yeah, you're right, Rhett.
I did say you're right. They need that 4th goal. They haven't been able to do it this year. I think that is the biggest shortcoming of the team, clearly, is that they're 3rd from the bottom in goals in this league.
Yeah, well,
but because that's true doesn't mean it's easy to go at offense.
Nobody said it was easy, but you
Yeah.
have $20 million worth of fucking cap space. And you're not going to make the playoffs possibly because you can't score enough. It's a fair question to ask. Should they have tried harder? Whether the price, we don't know what the price is.
No, we said
You're
that.
saying it's too high. Do you know?
I just looked at what moved at the deadline, and it went for considerably higher what it went for last year.
Okay. When did we say we couldn't score?
November, probably.
So we couldn't have made a trade then? No, not paid the.
You could have, I suppose. I think
There's
they
all
probably
kinds
tried.
of things, and I'm not. It just frustrates me to say, well, they couldn't and they shouldn't, and we no. You're points away from a playoffs. You can't score enough goals, and if you had scored the goals, you would be in a playoff
So
spot.
would you be willing to part with a first rounder to go get a theoretical 30-goal guy?
Sure.
That's where I'm just like, you've
got 2
you're
first-round
a year
picks
into
to
a
it, yeah.
rebuild. That's really it. When you look
It
at
depends on the guy.
and I mean, and we're
Totally,
exaggerating there
totally.
too, right? Because remember, and I forgot all about him until you had Anthony Mantha as a free agent.
Yeah.
You thought this could be a 20-goal guy if he's getting power play time and this sort of thing. He gets injured. He doesn't get replaced. The Frost and Farabee thing doesn't happen till well down the road. And
and I think
Go
that's
get
a
a 30-goal
long-term trade.
like 30-goal guys aren't everywhere. What if it's 20-goal guy? What if a guy had 16,
Farabee had
17?
22, like that's what they tried.
But I mean,
right?
in addition to earlier in the season, was there an opportunity? I think there was. I have to believe that it wouldn't have cost you a first. There would have been an opportunity, but does it make a difference? I don't know. This team, they are who they are.
they play such low event hockey. Like they
have no choice. They have no skill.
Right. And
They have no
so
options.
how much more skill do they need to add before they can start opening it up a little? I don't think they're one guy away. I really don't.
Well,
they still need their goalie to be their best player.
But you know what? Here's the thing too. Sharon Govich, huge
Yeah,
slump.
he should
Farabee
be.
is better than this.
That's a great
Better.
point. You bring up Sharon Govich because
30
those
last
should
year.
be the goals.
Yep.
How many has he got?
He got 14.
14.
He's got his 14th last night.
So-
And it goes to show you, he's at 14. That's a pretty good year. It's not a good year.
No.
No.
He's capable of so much more.
But even Coleman had 30 last year. Again, you're not counting on it, but
you could never put him down for 30. That was career high shooting stuff. But you'd hope you'd get 23, 24, right?
You didn't get offense out of Zary because he was injured.
Backlund.
He never gets over 50.
He's got
anyway.
12. He got his
Yeah.
12th last night. I don't think you were counting on Pospisil for goals, but he has 4, I think, on
4
the
is
year.
not enough. For,
Coronado, great. That helped, but there's some goals within that just weren't there.
And you've had some, like, the thing is, it's not just everyone slumping. Like Naz is having a really good year. Jonathan Huberdeau might set a career high. Matt Coronado is looking like you could put him down for 30 next year. The way he's
but that
improving.
doesn't help us this year.
But my point is like amid the shortfalls, there's also guys that have been over their skis a bit.
In there too is Richard on the text. Don't forget about Kuzmenko. Like he couldn't piss. He was.
Yeah, you were relying
one
on
goal
him to drive the bus as far as the
And
power
so
play. For
did
sure.
they quit at the wrong time? Was it not a fit
No,
with
it
the way
was just-
Huska coached? I don't know the answer.
It was
to
time
that,
to move, but from
he's lining it up for
October,
LA.
from October until they gave him opportunity.
Totally. And so again, it sort of comes back to me where it's like, look what the Kings did at the deadline. They only had to give up a third, and they've got this offensive dynamo. And that's kind of what he's been the last 3 weeks there. That same guy couldn't piss a drop here. So you can't just say go add a guy, because the guy has to fit into the way this team plays hockey. And it's really hard, and there's a lot of structure, and you don't really get to take a lot of chances offensively because you're so worried about giving something up the other way. Because Michael's been, look at his last 10 games of the Kings.
Do you think that's what it is?
I think that's a big piece of it.
So no, I'm not trying to feed you. Is the message from the coaching staff not to take chances?
Never.
No, I don't think it's that.
I just think this is
there's
a group devoid of high-end talent.
So when you watch them when they get to a third goal, how do they look in the neutral zone? It's like Trap City, protect the lead
team.
Well, I mean,
if you were coaching this team, you would too, because of their makeup.
Exactly. And so what I'm saying is Kuzmenko looked like a guy that couldn't piss a drop here. And maybe that was all on Kuzmenko, but maybe part of that was the way they're asked to play here does not allow guys to, chase career highs and goals unless they're on a heater, like you saw with Coleman last year, with the highest shooting percentage of his career, or Coleman or I guess Hubert just changes the way he's played.
I don't know if I agree.
I don't.
So you think that?
I don't think they're being instructed.
I don't think
to play or the way they are being told to play.
You're
you don't think they're trying to play low event
offensively
hockey?
Smothering. They have no. You think they can play? They can if they want to.
Oh, you could trade chances, sure. It's just they won't let you give up the chance to come back the other way.
They're not good enough.
I agree with that.
They're not good enough to generate chances, regardless if you want to play fire wagon or not.
I think they're playing this way because this is the only way they can win. But there's certainly, you could be more aggressive offensively, but it's going to cost you the other way. I'm not saying they should do it.
I think this is
the way they have to play.
All those things are all right. I just don't think that around the league, I've said it for my whole life, there's only so many systems and ways to play the game. Like nobody's up 3-1 and just freewheeling it. Like,
fair.
You know what I mean? Like if you're up 3-1, every coach is like, "Okay, stop taking chances.
Yeah.
Don't pinch." Right? Like it's not.
It's just frustrating because when you see that Edmonton game and some other games like it, even last night, it's just they really try to tuck it in aggressively late. Like it is dump it, get off. I don't care if you're on an odd man rush, wrote 30 seconds, flip it. Like I'm exaggerating to make a point, but they're incredibly conservative in a league where you can't really hang on to a 1-2 goal lead like you could, in Brett's era where there was such a lower scoring league.
So are you criticizing it?
No, because I think it's the only way they can win.
Because I think if we put our coaches' hats on, we're doing it the same way.
No, it's not a criticism
You're
at all.
78 games into a season where 3 is your tipping point. We got 3. Boys, we better fucking protect now.
Yeah, totally. So the reason I'm talking about this, because I see online a lot, like Huska this, Huska that, people not liking it. I'm like, what planet are we living on that a team everyone expected to be in the bottom 10 with a projected point total of like 80 in most sports books has vastly exceeded that total and has, yes, had some great goaltending, but in what world is the coach taking bullets on, like, and I see it all the time.
Yeah, but you pay attention to it and give it credence. I
No,
wouldn't
but
even acknowledge it. Who cares if some jackass is running his mouth on social media saying Huska sucks?
There's this notion that these people have that like Huska is smothering a lot of things. And my point to them is the point we've all arrived on here, which is with this group of players, this is the only way you can play and win games. And so when they're screaming for Zayne Parekh to come in, it's like, do you think Ryan Huska wants to put a player out there that has not practiced with this team in a do or die game? Because, oh yeah, look at all the offense. He's going to come in and help. And it kind of ties into your point, like just to go get a 20 goal guy, he might not be a 20 goal guy on this team. It might be when Zach Hyman plays with McDavid and Draisaitl healthy,
But I also
he's a
don't
point and a
think-
half per game. And when they're not in the
I agree
lineup,
with
there's
you.
nothing there.
I think Huska's doing a hell of a job. I think Wolf has done a hell of a job. And Huska, I don't think Huska would coach a team a different way if he had the
More skill?
Kings lineup.
Maybe. We'll learn
I
that
think
about
he
him
would-
as this
right?
changes.
Like again, I go back. This is my own opinion. Is that there's a few different changes, but you're not reining in guys. You want them to play a certain style. This is the other side of it is Huska's not teaching Jacques Lemaire. Don't you dare? Like we played. I remember my first shift at training camp with the Florida Panthers. Roger Nielsen, zero talent on the team. It was training camp. First shift, Mellenby dumps the puck in and starts yelling, "Trap." And I'm going, what?
Yeah.
What are we talking about? And then I realized this is the greatest game ever. I don't have to do nothing.
Yeah.
Flip it up the wall.
Yeah.
Like,
And so
but my point is that system doesn't work anymore. They implemented a whole bunch of rules so you can't play that way. And so I don't think Huska's in the room preaching, don't take chances, dump it in. We're 1-2-2, 1-2-2. Don't ever, I don't believe that. They don't play that way. That's Pronger. Who was it? We talked about it the other day.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Guy Boucher.
Yeah.
That's low event hockey.
yeah.
If you want to play low event hockey, you don't forecheck ever.
I'd say they're a top 5 low event team in the league.
But I think
But it's probably, again, it's chicken egg. It's out of
Let's
necessity.
go
They
through-
have
let's
to be.
go
I
through
think
their
it's skill
players.
above anything else.
who is playing high skill? Backlund?
Nope. Nope. That's an all structure.
Frost is, I think he's skilled.
I worry about Frost a bit. I don't know what.
Okay.
he's-
Anyway, Sharon Govich
yeah.
should be more skilled. We're all a little confused as to what he is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Last year was like, this is great. What a trade.
I don't
Now-
see an offensive dynamic team if they're playing differently. I'm not suggesting that.
Coleman, he can't
No.
play offensive
Structure.
run and gun. Kevin Rooney, no chance. Even the D can't do it. Jake Bean's not keeping up. Coronado, yes. Klapka, I don't know. He shouldn't be on the first line. He's a fourth line energy guy. It's nice to envision him going that high, but I don't think it'll happen. Lomberg, no. Pospisil?
That's the thing. Even
no.
if you were behind the bench saying, boys, let's freewheel, let's go.
What's
There's
that
a team
mean?
out there defending against them.
Yeah, it's
And-
not going to work for them. They're just going to get caught up ice more and get scored on more. That's my
But
point.
take away the giving up. Take away your own end. I don't see skill there.
I agree.
Like I said, there's another team that's going to defend
Yeah.
against you that's in the National Hockey League. You don't have the skill to be much more of a high event team than you are,
I agree.
regardless of what the coach is telling
There's
you.
5 guys that can give you offense consistently. It's like Kadri, Huberto, Coronado, and then
And
Uyghur on the
they
back
aren't-
end, and is Zary healthy? That's
and
kind of
they-
the crew.
And they aren't high end when you speak to the rest of the league. That's part of the problem. We've always, and
Everyone's slotted too high here.
I say
Yeah.
it every training camp because we're all giddy about our prospects, and it's like, yeah, but how do they compare to the rest of the league? Like,
Mhm.
if they look great here, okay, that's one thing. You have to play against the rest of the league.
And so this is kind of why I'm like, you saying go out of score midseason. I'm like, you can't be giving up
I'm just-
any. Just let me
wow.
finish. You can't be
Know
giving
your
up any
stance.
considerable futures here because you're still so far away. Even if you had a guy that had 35 this year.
The argument against it, and we've had it a gajillion times, is that you don't know what you're getting in the draft either. So if I know that I'm getting a 30-goal guy and I have to get up a first rounder to get him, then maybe I'm just fine with that.
Yeah,
You can argue both sides. I understand your take, and they're both valid, but the frustrating part, and I think it is a fair question to ask, is should they have done it because they are this close? And what's held them back? I don't think it's their D play. It's the fact that they can't score enough. If they had more scoring,
Yeah.
my belief is they would be in a playoff position.
And then obviously the follow up is if they sneak in as wild card 2, are we talking about team with a chance or are we talking about the jet fuel thing? Because I think they're getting rolled.
I think they're getting rolled regardless.
And
but
so
you still
maybe
have
when Conroy measures the price,
you
he's
know
like,
who thought was getting rolled? The Florida Panthers when they played the Boston Bruins. Like the same. Like there are plenty of.
kind of. I mean, they won the President's Trophy the year before, but yeah,
I'm talking about
they were
my team.
dogs.
My team.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant 2 years ago when they
No,
went to the Cup final.
95. Like
Okay.
we weren't going to beat Mario and the Penguins, and you can, right? So it's the same old. So, well, just get in and find out. Do I think it would happen? No, I don't.
You're right, though.
But-
I always say it. You get a ticket to the dance, you're in. Anything can happen. We've seen wild cards win the cup many times. Like the Kings did it as an 8 seed and a 6 seed.
For a team sitting with $20 million on cap space, I think it should have been. This is what I was going to bring up with Noodles. Was it not worth a stab at something
And
early on? And if it didn't work, then if you can sell the piece or sell a different piece at the trade deadline, get rid of it. Like Kuzmenko, you brought him for a year, it wasn't worth. Get rid of him. I don't.
And so the challenge we're faced with is what you always talk about, Boom, which is like we don't know what things cost. We don't know who is actually out there, and we don't know how Craig's decision process, because we don't get to see that. We don't get to see how the hot dogs made. We're not like, hey, they were close to Cousins, but what they wanted, what for him? They wanted Zary and like, oh, you can't do that. Well, I mean, I don't know what things cost. I just looked at the deadline and everything was way more than last year.
And I can't bear to listen to us talk, but I wonder what we were saying back at game 20.
They'll fall out of it and they're not good enough.
So you can go back and say, well, Conroy, should they have been trading? Would we have crucified them?
Fred at the end of November was saying, go get a guy. But again, I still don't know that you're better than Minnesota or St. Louis.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
I don't know either. They're in so many games. We showed that graphic.
The most time
spent either up a goal, down a goal, or tied.
Yeah. Like
no one more than these guys.
I watched the Blues since, Four Nations, February, whenever, coaching change even. I look at the Wild and I'm like, these teams are so much better than the Flames. And the Wild had to play 2.5 months, 3 months without an MVP candidate. When Kirill Kaprizov got hurt, he was a top 3 or 4 player in the league. And you saw at the moment those two guys get back, they're checking center who can score and their superstar. And you're like, these guys would slaughter the Flames in a series, never mind a team winning the division. And they'll play Friday, and maybe I'm way off, but I just think be honest with where you are in your life cycle. You've had a lot go right this year, aside from the offense drying up. Like you've got top 5 goaltending in the league. Is that a guarantee every year?
No, but why do you have to treat it like if everything is up in the air all the time? Why do good teams continually play well?
I'm not saying everything's up there all the time. What I'm saying is you're in year 1 of a rebuild. And if your plan was to try to accumulate young pieces and be competitive in a few years,
see, you're having the macro, kind of in the life cycle. You're talking about, well, this year, if you had at game 30, if you had a guy, what would game 75 and 80 look?
Hey,
like?
I was happy to sell.
Game 83. Right?
I was also happy to sell everyone.
Yeah,
like September, like.
The doing nothing was going to be part of peak pain, and we're getting all.
That's what we're getting.
We're getting all of it. You're going to finish right out of the playoffs. You're not going to keep your first round, or you're going to ship it to Montreal. All your most important players are another year further into their 30s next year, minus Coronado and Wolf. And yeah, you still don't have game breakers, and you're not in a spot where you can easily draft them. You have to hit a unexpected home run to get a star player where this team's picking this year. Yeah, Pasternak got drafted in 20s. Yeah, you have Wyatt Johnson's here or there. If you look at what an average draft slot provides you, it's not impactful stars. It's like, oh, this guy could be a role player if it pans out.
You've decreased your odds. Yeah. And we're also happy with how they've played, it's quite a weird world.
When you're Connie, this whole conversation we're having is what you're balancing, because he's got the Rhett shoe on one foot where he's like, man, I think we could get in and playoffs would be fun. And no one ever thought there'd be playoffs in the building again. And Murray loves playoff revenue. And God, what a group. Like, no one believed in them. Go get them. And on the other shoe, he's like, in 3 years, there's no way the player I'm adding is going to be worth more than, what I'd like to do with young assets coming into their prime then. Like the assets would be better either spent then, or the pick I'm keeping will be better.
You contradict yourself a little bit, because you're saying that the pick that you're going to give up, that first round or where they're finishing, isn't going to be that great. Your odds of having a difference maker are low. But
yeah, and maybe it's the first round, or maybe it's a young player, maybe it's next year's first, whatever it is. You just have to collect as many young assets as you can.
The other issue I have, and it's not an issue, it's just a thought, is why are they going to be better next year?
I don't know that they will be.
You look at the Sharon Govich, Farabee, Frost, I assume will sign and stay. That is
like you're still continuing. You still look at this team and you look like you're going to.
You're still going to struggle to score goals.
You're going to subtract from it, aren't you?
I know. You're going to get less from
all your 30-year-olds. You're going to get
like
a little bit less.
Coleman had 15 feels like that's maybe going to
If
be
you add
the high
7
water
to
mark.
Coleman and you add 7 to Sharon Govich, but there's numbers and goals that should have been scored, but next year doesn't improve things. And you're saying Parekh comes in, and if Parekh's great, that's awesome. But your D-core, you're still talking about moving Anderson.
You got to
not
make a decision
Uyghur,
on
but
Anderson this
Anderson
summer. I'd
maybe.
hope. You don't want that to drag into the year.
Right? Like, and all of a sudden, so then you're like, so our D-core is actually maybe even as good as last year's.
I think Dustin Wolf is top 3 at 5-on-5 save percentage. If he drops to 7, that's still like, wow, what a stud in this league. What if you don't have your 9 comebacks in the third period?
Yeah.
Like there's just a lot of bounces that aren't showing up in the player goal column, but they've been fortunate. They've had a lot of games they had no business winning, like Colorado.
You know what's not
the fourth line come up with 2 goals on a Monday in Colorado when you're getting shellacked. That's not a win you're going to get next year.
What's not happening is what Noodles, when we had him on yesterday, talked about in Buffalo, where maybe now hey, maybe we've got something here. And you go into the next year thinking that you're something you're not. There's not a lot of, Coronado's playing very well. Like who's at a high level right now that you're maybe afraid of putting false hope in?
Is Zary helped you?
Wolf, maybe. Zary, you've barely seen him.
But isn't Zary up?
Meaning
contract-wise here?
Yeah. He's an R this summer.
Like my point being, maybe it's helped you as far as
negotiations. Yeah, it might just lead to a bridge more than anything. Yeah. But Coronado's the guy I'd rather get if I had to pick between Zary and Coronado. It's like lock up Coronado as long as you can. That's
but
a rare skill set.
Score
a goal. Stay healthy.
Conversations and decisions to be made. I don't know that there's anything where we better tap the brakes because maybe this is above what we should expect in terms of performance and production from this guy. I don't think there's anybody
for Coronado.
Anyone.
Coronado is just
going into the offseason.
Where he's supposed to.
What do we have for next year? Like they were saying
about?
Saying in Buffalo, well, these guys are good. Maybe he is this good. Maybe he is that good, and then they fall flat. I'm not so worried about the team giving a contract or putting faith in anyone here that they can't live up to at this point.
Yeah, all the guys you're worried about are their contract and older. Like it's the first year of Igor's deal. Nazem's going to be 35 next year, not 34. Huberdeau's another year into his 30s. Coleman's another year into his 30s. Uyghur's another year into his 30s. Like, I think a lot of those guys are good players that have helped, but you don't see guys improve in their 30s. Giordano's like the only guy on earth that actually got better as he went into his mid-30s.
And you love, again, it's hard because you love the effort out of this team.
Yeah.
Like, there have not been too many flat games. You've liked the work ethic. It seems like they've enjoyed playing and working their asses off together.
You want the scary analogy?
Year, and we can do this all summer. You look at the lineups and the depth charts. Where do they?
Yeah, there's no kids coming at forward yet.
There's no one
coming. You probably get Parekh on the back end, but you're not adding your Hanzik, Gridden, Basha, Sunievs. They're not there yet. They all need AHL time. They're not there yet. You're still going to struggle to score. Think about Nashville. This is my last analogy. We can move on. Incredibly hardworking young team that got some excellent goaltending last year. And they get to the summertime and they just barely snuck in and lost to Vancouver in round 1. And they say, you know what? This is a hardworking team. We couldn't score enough. You know what we should do? Let's go spend a ton of money on guys that are established scorers. 40 for Marchessault, 40 for Stamkos. We'll go get Brady Shea to secure the back end. That should be the biggest cautionary tale for this franchise right now, because sometimes simply just adding goals completely doesn't work. Nashville is it.
You know what? Again, things.
And I'm the one yelling, "Gotta score!" And I was the guy saying, "This is not going to work."
Yeah. And they're an overtime goal away from this whole conversation being completely different today.
It's just delayed a couple
days. It's delayed a couple days, but yeah, it's.
Yeah, but you guys threw in the towel. Jack and I have not thrown in the towel. We are still on Team Let's go.
Are you?
And we're ready to go. Frickin' St. Louis, they just have to lose 2. They're right there.
2 of their 2 games.
It could happen.
Sure could.
What if they lose 1?
Let's see what they're playing.
That's 95. Then we have to win them all.
If we had a grid or a graph.
If only we had a grid.
Anything like that.
If I only had a grid. Let's see what they got here.
You do. Gridden. Isn't that his name?
Gridden. Yeah. Matt Fay.
Boom, spacing out. Can't handle this conversation.
Well, there's just a lot of summer left. They play Seattle.
There
That's
is a lot of summer left. Yeah.
Aren't we taking summer off?
Seattle.
Well,
I might have to with this.
either way,
We could just replay this.
if the season's done in a week? There's some May and June.
Oh, but first round's always good.
St. Louis has got 2 games against Seattle left. That's it.
No, one against Seattle, one against Utah, I think.
Our buddy Greg at Bonton is because you had said we showed the clip from social media of Mackenzie Weegar.
Yeah, he wouldn't know, but he went viral. Yeah.
Responding to Rhett from the show the other day, and it was one of the clips we used. It was on with Bonton Meets, and Greg doesn't. He's not really on the soch.
Not on the gram,
but one of our people sent him an email with the clip so that he could see it. He's like, "Oh, I feel like I need to get Mackenzie Weegar some steaks or something." So if Weegs, if you're watching,
yeah,
you're welcome.
maybe a tomahawk or two.
Yeah, and you're welcome. Weegs.
All you got to do is go to Bonton. All you got to do.
on us.
Bonton Meets. He's a good boy.
Yeah,
It's
you're
very
right. It's Seattle and Utah, the 2 games left for.
Proud to be Calgary and Southern Alberta's Consumer's Choice Award winner for best meat. I'll tell you what, if Weeks goes up there, you'll be impressed.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
So
the
Weeks,
city.
take our word for it. I don't know where you live in the city. It don't matter. Ring Road now, you can get the Bonton like that.
They're all in here. They just
Because I live over there, and getting up over there used to be a
Oh, hated it. Would avoid
drive
it.
through the jigsaw puzzle.
yeah. Now it's
It's quick.
Kind of like it should be.
should be. Yeah. Delicious meat
Frickin'
has
nice.
never been closer to your mouth, thanks to the Ring Road. Meat mouth.
Nothing better.
Nothing better than being a meat mouth.
Meat mouth.
20 varieties of salads and desserts and meat pies and ribs.
Oh, yeah, there's that stuff too.
It's already made. That's there. You come. I'm starving. You go in. Oh, is it? Are you already? You're making it in the back
Soup.
too.
They got soups.
Premium AAA Alberta beef, pork, free-range chicken, turkey, lamb, milk-fed veal. And we talked before the show. Boy, you know what? It's tough living these days. You know,
Oh,
things cost. You know, it's cost money. So you're gonna eat.
Yeah.
You're gonna probably have to spend a bit of money to eat.
Yeah.
Be good to yourself.
great advice.
Bonton Meats. Be a meat mouth.
Get yourself a red order. You were talking about the.
Get a red
You
order.
could actually probably send it right to.
How happy were you filling that deep freeze?
Oh,
I don't want to just disturb anyone.
Come on!
I've found.
That's the ret.
gorgeous.
No, I want to explain what's happening here. We're going
All
to
right.
sprinkle these in throughout the show today.
Okay, perfect.
But one of our buddies on Twitter who loves the show has been messing around with AI. Remember when he used to get the old Pinder Report
Sure, yeah.
AI stuff and the barn burner logos with us high kicking and dumb stuff? He has AI'd a receipt. I don't think you can use this for tax purposes, Rhett. Also, it notes that you don't have to pay. Discount unnecessary. Taxes not applicable. Amount irrelevant. The Rhett. 2-pound packs of ground turkey, 10. 2-pound packs of ground beef, 10. 2-pound packs of ground beef, 20. We're talking double packs of skinless chicken breasts, New York strips, fillets, baseball ribeyes, a 4-pack of beef short ribs, and a prime rib roast. 2 of them. That's the Rhett.
That's the red
Go
order.
into
That's the
Bonton
Rhett.
and ask for the Rhett.
And I like the notes.
Actually, don't go in. Call ahead.
That's true.
It's a lot
Thank
to
you.
throw on,
Yeah.
Greg.
Thank you for your bit. This I know now that it's AI because
Right.
this would never be on a Bonton receipt. Every other market in town is the shits.
Oh, jeez. Pretty good stuff, eh?
Thought there might have been a bit of a discount.
Unnecessary.
Unnecessary. It's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah, irrelevant, unnecessary. Maybe that it's just the extra salad that shows up in the order.
Oh,
the extra
yeah.
tub of potato salad.
That's right. You should add. Is potato salad in there?
No, it's always the throw-in.
Wow.
I'll throw it out there just because it was coming up on the chat and even on social media and that. How's this guy? I can never remember who all our buddies are
A lot of buddies
that you bring to the show.
friends of the show.
Our buddy blank and our buddy this and that.
A friend of the show.
Yeah, that's right. I meant to send this along. But the question being, does going 0 for 6 give you any pause to the thought of maybe Perek could have been a guy last.
Is Frost out?
Yeah, there's a lot more than the one thing. I think there's like 4 or 5 variables that make me feel better about it tonight than yesterday. He got to skate with the fellas. He's probably going to get a skate with them again today.
No, they won't skate.
They won't skate today.
Well, I mean, it's probably him and like Suni.
Oh, maybe
some coaches. You got more
maybe.
time to.
I don't know
probably go
though
over the
because the
whiteboard.
Hitmen play tonight. So
But that's not the type of skate you want him to be in.
Correct.
it's not.
So let me just finish here. So you're at home, so you can shield them with last change if you need to. That's tough to do on the road. You might be thinking about 11-7 if Frost ain't right. You know, Pospisil's playing through something as well, and you just went 0 for 6, and your odds went from maybe 1-10 to like a snowball's chance in hell. So you're not eliminated, but you need basically to win out and have other people lose out. I'm absolutely way more on the side of okay if you play him than like what are you doing here than I was last night. Just because your odds have changed
But that's the thing is with the luxury of being a Monday morning quarterback, you went 0 for 6 on a power play, and Jake Bean was no good again. He tried to clear the puck off the ref, and it's then the Zegras goal.
We're comparing it against the mystery box, so you don't know what Zayne Perek looks like.
I'll tell you what I know.
It's easier to make that call today because you're a game further down the line and your playoff hopes have got of course, all of that. But going back, the people who were saying yesterday, play this guy. You need skill. Put him in.
Easier game to play in.
It's the Ducks.
Yeah, we just don't know if it would have worked or not.
No. I don't know.
I think he could help on the power play for sure. But I don't know how he looks when a 220-pound man comes barreling down the wing and he's defending. Like he's only played against mostly the oldest guys he plays, like 3 20-year-olds a night. That's all he's played.
What's the approach for the team the rest of the way? Is it win every game?
They have to if they believe, yeah.
So what I'm getting at is that you're playing 4D in 3 lines. I don't need to see fucking Lomberg. Like it's spot dude. I love Lomberg. Kevin Rooney?
Do we have that, Jack? Is this one of our guys? Scott Wheeler?
Wheeler is a prospects guy.
Because
he works for The Athletic.
His tweet.
I've met him a couple times.
Yeah. Last night, Flames sat Zayne Perek to play Jake Bean 10 minutes, Braden Pahal 9.5. They both finished -1 and a loss to the Ducks.
Yeah.
The Rangers sat Gabe Perreault to lose 8-5 to the Flyers.
The Rangers doesn't make sense to me. They're eliminated. They're cooked.
The tie being teams that need desperate for wins.
Oh, well, the Rangers aren't desperate for a win. They're done.
Rangers have already seen Gabe Perreault at the NHL level. Gabe Perreault is coming from college. There's a lot of reasons I think that's not a great comp. A forward, you can hide. 1-6 defenseman.
Squint and don't knit. Leaving potential higher end skill on the sidelines in games that you feel like you need to win. Certainly for the Flames, maybe more so than the Rangers. That's all. Honestly,
I get it, man.
I'm putting it on the team and then I'm fighting against you. I don't even know how I feel about it. I don't know that 0 for 6 was hard to watch.
Yeah.
And I don't know that this kid could come in his first game, but it is the Ducks, and it's
1 out of 5 guys on a power play unit. He could be great on the power play. It might not matter if everyone else is going to suck. The other thing is, like, we know he's a better offensive player than Paul Bean. That's obvious. Like, you don't have to convince anyone of that. What we don't know is how he fares defensively.
I think the point
and he's clearly going to be worse than those two in my mind when you start looking at the metrics they've got, which is middle of the bell curve type defenders with no offense. They're totally different pieces.
Go ahead.
I've kind of lost my train of thought.
You knew what he was getting at?
I think he's getting at more that you're playing these two guys 10 minutes a night, or you should be able to slide this Perek in. I don't know who's.
You could have gone 11-7 last night if Posso wasn't right. That'd be an option.
I wasn't screaming for it, and I wouldn't be screaming for it again today, and we wouldn't even be discussing it if they didn't give up 2 goals in 8 seconds.
Exactly.
So it's easy. We're cherry picking. On the other hand, the power play is not good, and just play him on the power play. Play 5D and him on the power play. Just put him on the power play. That's hard to play too. Like as a player, what if there's no power plays?
What if the power play
one? We don't know that there's going to be 6.
Has the power play been so bad that people are screaming for power play change, or was it just last night and now we would need a time machine because if you knew we were going to go for 6, we want them? Like, it hasn't really been a problem. They went 1 for 1 their last game on the man advantage. So you want to play the hindsight game. Yeah, when you go for 6, you want him in, but you know, what if you got 1 power play last night and he was on for 3 even strength goals against? Then you're like, oh shit, Like we just don't know how. We have nothing to compare it to because we haven't seen him at this level.
No, you don't know.
And that's why Huska's not going to roll the dice. He's had 0 practices and 0 games in the NHL. We don't know what he is.
I think my opinion is that he's probably horseshit in his own end. In the
Yes,
offense.
like most young defensemen in this league.
Yeah,
Like everyone's
107
raving about
points.
Lane Hudson. He had 2-4 games in his first 2 weeks in the league. That would sink your battleship if that one was last night for Parekh. And I love Lane Hudson, and he's a much better defender now. But his first NHL game, and he's playing at a higher level than Zayne was in college. Like you do not know what he is defensively in the NHL.
I would think defensively in the Ontario Hockey League,
He
there's
might be a little
challenges.
suspect. Yes.
I would think if you were in
Them's the
Huska's
rumors.
office, hey, why'd you put the kid in? Be like, have a seat. I want to
Watch
show you
this
some
tape.
game tape. This is not the NHL. This is
Yeah. And when we watched him at camp, it wasn't like it was a late cut. It was obvious early he was not ready. Even in Penticton, when you're talking about guys that are much younger, you saw the risk reward in this game, and I'm sure he's much better at it. And I know he didn't have the greatest first half of the year, and I think not making Team Canada's made him a better player, and I think he's going to be an excellent NHLer. But that was nowhere near NHL hockey that he looked poor defensively at in September.
Yeah. I get why people are excited for it, though.
And you should be excited. It's just, can you wait 2 games?
Because as it was, Mackenzie Weegar was on for 2 goals in 8 seconds. If that was the kid, people be just losing their shit today.
And so when you have
Right?
a high-end prospect and you're a coach, it's like, how do I put this player in a spot to succeed? Last night was not that spot. He didn't have last change. And it's a game where if something bad happened, he was going to have to wear goat horns rather than, it's just a meaningless game. Let him play.
I hate agreeing with this fucking guy.
So do I.
It's
Sorry,
just,
guys.
it's going to ruin my day. I got a lot of day left.
A lot of day.
Get some potato salad.
Going to
do
be
something.
sitting here. It's like, yeah, no, I think he's right. I can agree with them.
I don't give a shit what they do. Just make sure it works.
I got fillets in the deep freeze.
No recession here.
Steaks, Jack?
Service Credit Union. Big Share contest is in full swing. It's your chance to win $1 million just by saving money. Anybody can enter by becoming a member and saving with Service. Every $500 that you save gives you 5 entries into the Big Share contest. Ends April 30th. Tick tock, tick tock. Skill test required for rules. Visit service.ca/win. It's about being smart, forward thinking, patient, saving money.
$1 million. Nice reward for that.
Could be.
Build on it.
That's right. Invest in a registered account like a TFSA. Double your entries. Bonus entries. Service.ca/win. Show would be totally different if they just let in one less
Would've.
goal.
Yep.
What
I really
happened?
would have.
Third one, you think Wolf's probably just shell-shocked. He's not
What
ready.
happened there?
I don't think anyone was ready.
I
All
haven't,
right,
se-
guys,
I
we
haven't
still
seen
got
it.
it.
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
First time in 6 games.
Had
So
a great sleep.
So between last night and this morning, you didn't have.
I wanted to see it, so I had my original take.
Okay. Well, let me walk you through it.
Oh,
So when did you tap out?
I don't. After the 10 minutes left in the third.
Okay, so is it 1-1 at that point? Because Zegras scores at 11:49.
No, the Flames were up.
They're up 3-1.
So they get 2 in a hurry. 13:44, 15:18. Bang, bang. Sharon Govich, Coronado, insurance goal, 3-1. Tuck it in. 4:42 left.
Tuck it.
16:03. Frank Vetrano gets his 21st.
Pizza man delivers.
Oh, here we go.
He's
Oh.
awfully open.
Oh,
Sure is.
let's find that back, Jack.
So you'll see it at the side of the screen. Just press pause before you start, Jack. There is a line change that is happening. You'll see Klapka, I believe, come on the ice. Numbers wise, they're in good shape here, but there's going to be a lack of white shirts in a hurry.
Let's watch this again.
Where is everyone?
Oh, it is the fourth guy. They turned it into a 4-on-3, and what starts as a 2-on-3. Where's
They're
your
slow
back
getting
pressure?
back,
Yeah.
and that is so soft over there on the.
Lying down didn't help either, guys.
Oh, really
I'm just
unnecessary.
going to leave my feet here on an odd man rush.
Really unnecessary.
Yeah, so
slide,
Klapka's
'cause
kind
he
of getting
didn't-
in at the top of the
he didn't
screen. There's
slide in the lane.
Sharon Govich he's doing the cake test. And somebody's bent over there. Looks like me.
Frank Vetrano's one elite trait his whole career that's
Fucking
kept him in the
back.
league is that shot.
It's
they had a
Farabee
development
coming
camp
back
here.
there. He's like,
Yes.
got my back spasms flaring up. So it's a hell of a shot.
But that's only 3-2. No
So
problem.
that makes it 3-2. So this is the next face-off, Red.
All right.
All right, fine. Listen, we got 3 or 4,
And down the hatches, mate.
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah.
Won't happen again.
less than 4 to go. It happened fast. I feel like it happened faster than 8 seconds.
Why are you stepping up on that guy?
Right after they've said protect.
It's 2-on-3 there.
There's 2. Yeah.
Well,
Riggs
it's,
isn't happy
it's a
because
neutral
Hanley-
zone face-off, and they just come in and score.
Is it Hanley stepping up at the blue line? That's
Hanley
the odd
steps up.
decision?
Kadri, I don't think, is expecting him to do it.
And then he's chasing.
And
Right.
it's a little chip play there.
Can you go? This is terrible angles. Is this the only angle that we have?
Yeah. What do you?
Well,
Which
I
part- which
don't
part
know
of it?
what. So
So that's
so
the draw.
Okay, stop. So I'm guessing that is their forecheck neutral zone. They send the 2 wingers at the D.
The far D.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Ducks D. Our wingers go at their D, and
But it's tough because the puck is already near
And
your own blue line.
and Hanley's stepping up, and I can only think that okay, that must be designed where he's supposed to step up, and it's fine if everyone else does their job. Okay, go. Stop. What the fuck is Kadri doing?
He gets beat on the inside.
He's testing cakes. And it's the world of it's the game in a nutshell. Honestly, everyone is puck. Where are you going? You are the. Would you say Backlund's a better defensive centerman than Kadri?
Considerably, yes.
Really?
Oh, night and day. Yeah. Kadri gets ozones in offensive situations and shelter.
Okay. Well, regardless, you're a veteran centerman in the
can't get
league.
beat there, yeah.
Where are you ending up is a joke. Like that's soft as puppy poo.
In your day, that's a shoulder to the chest. We just don't see it as much anymore.
Yeah, but
right?
does
You're
it
trying to troll?
for wrong or for right? You
I think
lose the
it's-
game because you don't. You,
I think that he should have. I agree with you. I think everyone
not only does he
surprised.
not shoulder check him, he ends up in the no man's land.
So yeah, they execute it perfectly. They have the right personnel. That's like Cutter Gauthier has got 4 goals in his last 2 games. 1 more to come in the evening, as it turned out.
I don't think,
And it's a
we
weird
should
one
let
that
the
beats
pass
Wolf.
across either. I'm not. It's a tough play, but both times you got guys, defensemen, on a 2-on-1 situation where you let the pass get across and make
Yeah.
it harder on your goalie.
And the guy receiving the pass has a lot of time and space.
Goalie's got to move.
And this is speed.
Oh, deep.
Backlund is near the end of a shift. He had a scoring chance just prior to it.
And you could question whether
It
he
happens.
should try to make that power move to the net in a possession game
That-
with overtime, but he almost
That's not
scores.
putting your head down, getting back. That's the captain of your team. I'm sorry. I'm an ass.
And to watch it a whole OT too, like they're.
I don't know how tired he is. Maybe he is. Yeah. Has he been out there since the start of overtime?
Well, it's
Probably.
only a
Backlund?
minute 10 old. so,
I know, but
yeah.
He had
that makes a
breakaway
big difference
earlier.
because if he hasn't
No,
been
I-
out
no,
there,
I-
then
yeah.
He's dumped at the front of the net off a scoring chance. But yeah, you'd hope he could get back better. It's odd man rushes back and forth here. It's tough.
you can't let pucks go across the crease or the slot area for shots. Go replay all the goals against in this.
All of them are cross team. It's true.
Yeah,
All of
I
them.
know.
Yeah.
It's true. This is fine. Right now, you're in fine shape. Don't back check. Backlund has to be screaming that he doesn't have the third guy.
Can't let the pass through, right?
Yes.
Yeah. If you're gassed, you got to communicate that. Sure.
You got to be screaming at that guy. I appreciate. Who is that back checking? Coronado?
He's busting his ass, but the guy
Who
hits
is
the
it?
bridge. Coronado.
It is. Yeah, he's working his ass back, but you let him cut back, and if
He's working so
as
hard.
soon as you let the cut back and come across, you're done. Like all that has to It's almost a containment scenario. And I'm not giving it is what it is.
He's a forward comeback. He's doing his best there.
He's working his ass off. But if you don't let this puck come back up and across, and if I don't know, like you said, Backlund's exhausted, but I don't think he's head down hard as he can.
And it's not to let anybody off the hook, but it's just kind of situational. That is Leo Carlson, second overall pick or whatever.
For sure.
You know, he makes a great play. Cutter Goche, first round guy.
Well, and it starts right there. He's got the speed and the wheels to get by Coronado because Coronado actually thought he had the angle on him to cut him off, and Carlson just said, "No, I'm going.
I'm throwing the brakes on. I'm putting it right on this guy's tape."
Make no mistake, if those three players are Flames, those are three of your best. But
this is part of the issue overall, arcing over whatever over the moon. They don't have that talent.
Yeah, they haven't.
Like the Ducks have high-end talent where you look, again, we'll do it in June or July. Yep. We'll have the lineups up and we'll go, I'd rather take this team. Actually.
Get Noodles in.
Right? I will take this team. Yep. You'll put the Sabres up against the Flames roster. And aside from goaltending, you'll go, oh, I kind of like what the Sabres got cooking.
Probably quite a bit more.
Right? Like
they're younger, more skill.
And this will be the hard part about everything is we're close this year. And I haven't thrown in the towel like these two dusters. But when they don't make it, you'll do I don't think next year they're in a better spot to make it.
And again, the biggest mistake you could make is thinking you're actually real close. Because you look at some of these other young teams in the league, you don't have a lot of the young star players that they have. You don't have a Will Smith.
There's not a game breaker.
You don't have a Leo Carlson, a Mason McTavish, who's a young center. You know, even Cutter Goche. You look at the three young defensemen they've got there already incorporated.
Oh, they've
Minchikov, Zellweger, Lacombe. Like, you have a really good young goalie that's covered a lot of warts. You are 1 year into a rebuild.
Sounds so freaking familiar. Kiprusoff's era.
Yep.
They wasted it.
And they chased in free agency and brought in older guys. They weren't drafting and developing young guys on their own. They were trading the second every year. Daryl famously, after years and years of GMing, the next guy came in and made more second-round picks in 2 years than he had in his entire tenure. Every year just picks out the door. They weren't good enough. They thought they were better than they were. Kipper.
4 Olympians.
That's right.
On the blue line.
Yeah.
4 on the blue line team.
Yeah. Didn't really pan out that way, but there was some
Brody and Gio. Right
there was talk.
They're already partners.
There was talk for sure. Yeah.
Who were the 4? Jabo,
Dion, Reggie,
Lidman for Sweden.
Dougie. Was Dougie there then? That was before Dougie, right? That was well before Dougie. Was it Broads?
No. Lidman, maybe Sweden.
No, I was Team Canada. I was sure.
Oh, you. Missed that one.
Sorry. No, it wasn't me. I was on the team. I didn't play with
Adrian O'Cohen. I don't know.
Who was it? It was 4, wasn't it? People are like, what are you two?
Fanuff?
I know. They don't know what was it Fanuff?
Fanuff?
Yeah.
Fanuff,
Regier.
Bowmeister. Who's the 4th?
It's got to be you.
I wasn't on that team.
Nobody was since
then. Anyway.
Trying to find my read. There it is.
Lose it?
No, it's right here.
It's in your paper.
See, here's the thing. You know what it is? See how I've got them bold. This one's here.
Oh,
there.
That's hard to find. Yeah.
I should put a little asterisk, or if I had a highlighter. Hockey North America. Calgary's best run adult recreational hockey league since 1988. There's summer hockey, and summer hockey's great. You mentioned Barn Burner when you sign up individually, you do whatever. You'll get $100 off your team registration. Sign your team up, save $100. Give it to us. We'll go eat. There's a women's division. There's a co-ed division. There's obviously men's divisions of various skill levels. 14 plus games over the summer. Great ice times, great arenas. Hockey for Beginners program is up. 21 ice times there to hone your craft. Tournaments. All the options are there. You can hit that QR code that's on your screen if you're watching on YouTube, or you can go to hna.com for more info. All the info. All of it? Not just more. All of it. It's all right there. hna.com.
Summer hockey's best. Good weather.
Yeah, it's nice when you step outside. The sun's still up.
with your flippies.
Got a coach that coaches for a living
A coachy coach?
saying, Cody's got to cover that D-man there. Like when Hanley steps up, that's absolutely your man Hoey, to your point. Elementary, he said.
Don't test cakes.
No cakey testing.
Whoop.
Mm,
So daisy.
yeah. That's, I mean, we can kind of, well, maybe delay the inevitable and that sort of thing. We'd be revved right up for a Bugatti tomorrow.
I think you
If
still
they
should
win
be. It's
3-1.
literally 1 point, and your opportunity to make it was always a long shot.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did
It's
you
a
go-
longer shot, but it's not dead yet. I mean, I would guess you probably went from like a 10% to a 5%, something like that.
This is where you put the, so you're saying there's a chance thing.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
Nice. Chip in a chair.
Chip in a chair.
Let's do the Pinder Report. Let's do it.
Mhm.
I'm in.
Jack, you want to do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Jack's distracted today.
Some good stuff today.
Thinking about the weekend.
I was talking with our buddy Jack yesterday.
Such a slide out.
You were talking with Jack.
He is primed for a big summer.
Really?
It's hot. Hot Jack summer.
Hot Jack summer.
Yeah.
We need the Jack cam for Hot Jack summer. Maybe get a little more FaceTime for the young man, huh?
Mhm.
Village Honda, located in the Northwest Auto Mall. They're online at villagehonda.com. The best of the best. Reliability, comfort, pricing, quality people, human beings, coffee machines, service.
Mocha Frappuccino latte.
That's right. That's right. Whatever it is you need, Village Honda.
All yours for the taking.
Yeah, your dealership for life. And they, of course, the Pinder Report.
Well, friends, let's head over on to FlamesNation.ca and see what everyone's talking about in Flames. Oh, my God.
What happened?
Flames let one get away in
I went to
Anaheim.
bed.
Oh,
Flames
dagger.
late third period collapsed the Ducks, put Dagger in playoff hopes. Flash isn't feeling
No.
that.
Mm,
Dagaria? Dagaria. Got a Dagaria?
yeah.
Yeah.
That'll get you.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's that article below where it says wildcard recap. Flames need a miracle with 5 games
Oh.
left.
That's 5 games, so they only got 4.
Yeah. So are they missing the first little piece of the miracle where they're supposed to win against Anaheim? Let's go look at the pipe chart thingies.
Oh, we've
Well,
seen
well.
it so many times.
Flash it
We'll
once,
flash
flash it
it quick.
twice. Just look at the colors. That's
Can you
all I
flash
want
them
you
back
to do.
and forth fast, like it's a strobe light,
Green,
Jack?
blue,
Yeah.
green, blue, green, blue, green, blue. A lot of green, a lot of blue.
Starting to
Not a lot of
twitch.
red.
I'm starting to twitch.
Not a lot of red.
Yeah, I'm smelling toast.
Woo. Like I'm looking at some flags of some island country.
I'll tell you what, when they're eliminated, at least this fucking thing's done, right?
Yeah, there's no need for that. We could probably do a draft lottery one where you can see where
It's
they
all
pick.
green. Why are we still showing this thing?
Yeah.
There's no red anywhere.
Hmm. Green means wild, sadly. Blue means blues. Blues did lose last night. Wild, incredibly crazy game. Let's look at the wild card. After the overtime victory for the Wild, they and the Blues move into a tie, but Minnesota 1 fewer game played, so they're seeded wild card 1.
Shifting focus.
Jesus.
You're 5 back of the Blues with 2 games in hand.
That looks worse than the chart.
I think it kind of looks better. The Blues
I-
only got 2 games.
I
left
think
there.
it's you're
Okay.
right there.
You just need
You're right
the
there.
Seattles and the Utahs to beat
God,
the
you're
Blues.
not right there. You're only at 88. You're not right there.
Well, here's the thing.
You're not right there.
You know what the test is? When we look at other divisions, like, oh, that's over. And it's like a smaller gap than the Flames to the wild card. Oh, there's your schedule. Bugatti,
Shoot that
99.9. They need to win it or you could play all the kids. 8 p.m. tomorrow night at the Dome. Jack and I are going to get blasted. I don't know.
Nice.
Not feeling it. San Jose on Sunday.
Did
Vegas.
Jack ditch you?
Vegas
No,
on
Pinder's
Tuesday.
ditching me.
Kings of the. I
I'm
look.
down to go.
Cavalry
said
FC
last night-
2.0. Is that what this is?
Yeah.
We said last night, if they win this thing, we're going Friday. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm in that. They didn't win, so now we have to reevaluate. I'm not in or out. I'm not sure.
So
He's been told
that's not
he's
what I'm picking
allowed.
up.
He's been told he's not allowed, Jack. Jack,
Sure.
if you want to come to my house to watch,
I
you're
mean,
welcome.
I definitely
All
been
right.
told not to go, but I can still go.
I won't be home, but you can come over.
Not a hard no, just less keen than I would have been with a 3-1 win in regulation.
Why? It's 1 point.
Do I need to show you the graphs again?
Listen, you know what? It was the Wild win.
Yeah.
Flames got a point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stinking wild.
Did we have highlights from that?
Yeah, like here's the thing. You're like, oh, Winnipeg's going to hang on. No way Dallas can catch him. That's a smaller gap than the Flames to the Blues.
Frick. That is true. I hate doing that part.
You're
as
like, oh,
well.
yeah, the Kings are going to have home
Like,
ice
when I
against the
just-
Oilers.
yeah, when I
That's a
look-
smaller gap.
When I look at the Flames and one other team, be it Minnesota or St. Louis, oh yeah,
Here's how you do it. You do this and that,
Then
and
you
this
look at the
happens,
rest.
and
It's like,
And
yeah,
oh,
LA's not catching Vegas.
LA,
It's
Edmonton's finishing third.
It's
no
almost
doubt
the
about it.
same.
Way smaller gap.
We're so stupid.
We're really dumb. Let's look at the East now. See how dumb we can be over here.
There's a lot of dumb in this city.
Jet Stars tonight, right?
Yeah, good game.
Yeah.
That would be last call for Dallas. You want to get that division win, beat them in reg. We were all worried we were going to lose the Battle of Florida and the Battle of Ontario yesterday. Don't worry, everything's back to normal.
Thank you, Leafs.
Good
Leafs
job,
beat the
hockey
Lightning in
gods.
overtime.
No, you said the prayer.
I did. How'd that go?
You
Flames
wanted-
lost and the Wild won.
You want a Battle of
I
Ontario?
I
wanted
thought
the
you
other
wanted
way.
the Battle of Ontario. I thought that's what
And
we were
Battle of
praying
Florida.
for. Are you sure you even mentioned the Flames? in
You
your-
need to see, and it's too late to call it up. You've got to see the overtime winner in that
Oh,
Leafs
it's
game.
mental. Austin Matthews.
Nyes goes through the legs
Oh, I did see that.
with a pass in OT.
Yeah.
So you're telling me Huska would have sat his ass if he tried?
No, he'd love to have a nice. I'm not
Treliving
saying
must
that.
have been throwing Boston Brutes in the press box, flipping out
That
through
just
the leg
goes-
passes in OT. Could we not do that? And then scores.
And then one of the greatest
Skate.
shooters in the game
Yeah.
decides to pass it.
Nice
for
getting a
the
lot of
wide
run.
open net.
Nice is having a monster year. I didn't realize he's like 230 pounds like until a couple months ago.
Offer
He's
sheet
a
that
house.
bastard.
I mean, they'll just match. but
230. I passed that long ago.
yeah. How are you beat-
240, Gordy. Here I am.
Yeah.
Jack, you can
Metro
call me
sealed
Gord.
up. No question there. Ottawa, all of a sudden, 4 back of Panthers. Oh, I mean, geez, no chance of that. That's a smaller gap than the place of the Blues, people. And Montreal 8 clear now of the Chasers. We're getting the Habs in, boys.
Oh yeah.
That's
Habs are good.
amazing.
Yeah.
You get to see that whale come out in the torch and failing
All
hands.
those
fair
drunk
hands,
East Coasters
yeah.
are
Oh,
just
baby.
jacked.
Yeah.
Hey,
Parlez-vous anglais?
Are we going to a game?
Let's go.
in Montreal,
Yeah.
Got it.
Expensive, eh?
we should have went in February.
A little cheaper, but the
You
atmosphere
don't
wouldn't
travel
be as
anywhere
good.
in February. Who does that? Smarten up.
We got our first series confirmed. Confirmed, locked in, can't change it. Canes Devils.
Exciting.
Oh, black and red jerseys.
Yeah, I'm waiting for some better ones. Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll secure some better ones. This will be 8 of 8 in terms of the first round matchups.
Nobody's
I think.
watching this.
No one's watching this.
Like Ottawa's an interesting wild card. St. Louis is an interesting wild card. Montreal's an interesting wild card.
Markstrom's
Wilder's
wife is
getting
watching
healthy.
the Florida games.
But really?
Yeah.
She still hasn't let go of that. Huh?
Really?
Yeah, sorry, Jacob. You let in 7 on 23 the other night. You have no hope here.
Minnesota.
Did you see that the Lightning are playing the Panthers? This is unbelievable hockey.
This is the Battle of Florida, honey. I got to watch this.
Are you not even coming to the game?
Too big? Game 5.
Sorry, babe.
Staving.
So Florida, they've been to like what, back-to-back cups? Unreal.
You know, I used to play in Florida. Yeah, honey. We'll see you after the game.
Why are you talking like Dracula?
The Sharks and the Wild last night. Insane game.
Boo! Don't you know I played in Florida?
1, 2, 3. 7-4 at one point for the Wild. And then Macklin Celebrini did some hockey history things. As an 18-year-old, 3 goals, 2 helpers, 5 points.
Look at Dale.
That's good.
Look at Ducky down there.
Jack Hamilton, Dale Howard-Check, Ilya Kovalchuk, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Connor Bedard. Other 18-year-olds to have a 5-point NHL game.
Old Jack.
And Will Smith ties it to send it to overtime with the goalie out off the post and in. Just wires a shot. Those two donkeys,
They're looking good.
they're
in San
gonna be
Jose.
fun. No fun to play against.
Because you know what? Everyone worries about being Buffalo. No one's worrying about being the Sharks if you want to.
And I'm told they're so cute.
Man, adorable.
You got on good authority?
I have it on good authority that they're Hout.
Mm.
Hawt.
Tay. Okay.
Like-
Same game. Welcome back, Kaprizov. Welcome back, Eriksson Ek.
Fuck.
Kirill, first game back since Jan
That's
26.
Gretzky's birthday.
How's it going to go? Okay, 2 goals, including the OT winner. Primary assist, 15 shot attempts.
What?
9 shots on net.
Don't worry. Kaprizov will be rusty.
No, he wasn't. He looked pretty fucking good.
Too much swearing on the show.
Do we have the winner?
Sorry, everyone.
Can we find the winner? It's pretty deadly.
I don't have it.
Just find it. That's fine.
No, I don't. I'll find it.
Find it, send to him. We can revisit it later.
Want me to find it? I can find it.
We got lots of bar graphs.
Yeah,
Highlights.
Drives you nuts. We got to keep that stuff.
Fuck, why would we?
You ever seen someone go bar down on an empty net from the opposite end of the rink?
Yeah. Kovalev always used to do it.
Just rip one pipe down from his own zone. Flyers in a position to win, playing the Rangers. God, they're pathetic. Man on them. Ting!
It's the big redhead.
Oh, yeah. Well done, son. Hi, bye.
How about the Rangers? We'll have off-season conversations.
They're so cooked.
But how's that? How's old James Dolan?
Jimmy.
How do you go? Like, yes.
President's Trophy.
Don't forget last year.
And then really made a concerted effort to ruffle as many feathers in the locker room as he could.
Listen.
Weird that didn't
I
work.
don't care if you're a captain. I don't like you.
Yeah.
I gotta get rid of
You've
you.
got no movement clause. I'll put you on waivers.
You're a son of a bitch.
They did that to Goudreau, right?
You're
Oh, you don't want to get
Barclay.
traded?
Huh?
F you.
Chris
Tyler-
Drury's a dick.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Drury's a.
I'm not allowed to talk about that.
Ah, come on.
How about this?
Your silence is speaking volumes.
How long
Just
has it
know
been
that.
since the Sabres have been in the playoffs? Tyler Myers, the only NHLer ever remaining that actually played the Sabres
Ever.
playoff game.
Might be ever. Yeah.
It's still in the league.
Still alive.
Yeah.
Job, Tyler.
How about T? He's not playing playoff games this year. though, 'cause he's in
No
Vancouver.
playoffs for you, bud.
Sorry about that.
Take the spring off.
No, I didn't get the overtime goal, but I did get the best highlight of the night. Noted goalie respecter and respectful individual Corey Perry against cool, calm, and collected Jordan Binnington. Sound up.
Staggers his way over the line. Trying to center. Backhander. What a save. Binnington. Second time. Sitting near side. Got under the skin of Jordan Binnington. Here's the chance in tight. Great save. A second one. Now Perry does come in. And he's jamming away right around in front. There's the shot in the back of the head with the glove. And then he comes in, gives him another shot.
That would lead to some fights and skirmishes, but I mean, that is like.
Watch the stick here. See that?
And then the stick in the neck.
Whoops.
You would think a
I'm
guy.
so hurt, coach. I'm so hurt. Ref, help.
You see that last week, Alex Ovechkin stops his teammates from leaving the ice to come back and shake Marc-Andre Fleury's hand. You see what Sidney Crosby, everything with him, how respected he is. This guy's won a Hart Trophy,
Cup,
has
been to the finals
won
4 times.
Olympics and for his country. You would think there'd be some level that this would be a very respected guy. Not
in the slightest.
Not even close.
If we go back to the beginning of that clip where he stops and he literally runs his skates into the head of the goalie, this is the same worm that had the audacity to speak to the media about players needing to respect the crease and goaltender interference with Stuart Skinner. Like, the guy's a goddamn joke.
Well,
You talk about that publicly and you literally stop into his head.
And then
It's a
spin around
beautiful
and
thing.
spear
He's the
him. Watch.
perfect villain.
I do love a good ball of muck, though.
Oh, yeah. Whoops, there's my stick in your neck. You know, I'm really worried about goalie interference in this league.
I think
I was
playing
worried
all of
about
us.
Stuart
I don't
Skinner.
think he was worried.
You don't
about
think he was telling the
I
truth?
think he was just
Really?
I think he
I didn't
was.
even-
He's a heel.
I wasn't even really thinking in that vein. You might be right. He might have just been. He might have been
Pulling
just
your
sassing all of us.
Yes.
Pulling the wool over our eyes.
What a big sass hole that guy. It's a
So-
good blocker shot.
Yeah, it's
Or
good.
no, it's not a blocker
I
shot.
don't
It's a
think-
glove.
See, I think
You gotta go
Binnington-
blocker.
Back it up, Jack.
Back it up.
Go to Rhett's whiteboard.
Back it
Okay,
up.
we got the spin around spear up. Here's the push, the fake dive. Stop it now. Stop it now. See, he's covered up. The neck and heddle region is not available for contact. I think Binnington's got to take the blocker right to the
Right in the ribs.
ribbage,
Yeah, I agree with that.
right? It'll be way more effective.
Yep.
Because he's bracing himself to potentially take that shot,
Yeah.
right? The shot's coming from the point. So he protects himself.
Stick is.
In
so-
fairness,
Now
Binnington
he's
and all.
down.
Hey, you were great at Four Nations. You've been a big part of your team's winning streak. You're a hothead, but you're good. I think he's just seeing red at this point.
Good. Yeah. Match made in heaven.
He would probably agree with you, though. He'd probably be like, shit, I should have gone for his Habibs.
A heel and a red ass. Head to head there. That's
Yeah.
good stuff.
It's a good highlight, Ryan.
I'll say this. No Nugent Hopkins. Wallman didn't play. McDavid's like, I
Do you
have to play.
So
I have to come
last
back.
minute of the game, McDavid weaves it in end to end. Guy draped all over him, pops it up to the slot, game winner.
Do we have the highlight? Okay.
It's just McDavid shit. You see it all the time. Do you have this highlight though? You ever seen
I
Sidney
got
Crosby?
you there, eh?
Wow,
You like that?
there. We've spoken about some amazing goals tonight, and we
Right.
just can't.
But come on, guys! I got Sidney Crosby throwing a football with
Yeah.
Pat McAfee. What are you
You
talking
got a
about?
bar down wrister into an empty net.
Now, representing hockey,
Look at these legends.
Gino, Tang, Sid. Who else is there?
Sydney,
Jeans.
you are dazzling on the ice. Your skating ability
This is in
one of
Pittsburgh,
your biggest
PPG.
advantages. Did you play any land sports growing up, or just hockey?
No, a little bit of land sport, a little football, but it's been a long time.
How do we feel about throwing a football? Is it going to be a natural movement, or are you going to be able to?
I have no idea what to expect, to be honest with you.
Love that. For $1 million. Right here. We are standing under banners that you and the boys brought to PPG Paints Arena. It would be apropos, I believe is what they say, if you were to add $1 million.
My hometown. Where are you going to do it? At an auditorium? Yeah, probably. You might sell some tickets. You might need to. They sold out PPG Paints Arena for a night of talking.
Very good. Rat's like, I've played in front of crowds of 20,000 about 770 times in my life. Not you and I, Dean.
It's football. If we're involved in the sport of football, Dean, we could do.
Is that what it is?
Let's go to the games in the NHL tonight.
Not our
No,
goal.
we like to cover the teams in a sport that's fringy, and those teams never make the playoffs. It's where we corner the market.
It's true.
And we're not much for highlights, to be honest.
No, we don't. It's a visual, but let's.
The bar down.
Do you want a
one
grid?
was-
Do you want a grid?
I got 2 grids.
Oh, fuck. Nice.
We have a grid,
Cover you with
and we've
grids.
got the bar down,
Bar down into an empty
from-
netter.
in a meaningless game.
What were there?
Oh,
13
yeah.
goals in that Wild Sharks game? Like amazing.
The team we're chasing had to pull it out of the fire with 2 guys that just came back and got
On
7.
New Year's Eve, Sportsnet will be running highlights of the year. The Kaprizov one-timer in OT will be there.
I assumed you'd have it. This is such big news. We'd lead. We wouldn't wait till the show was an hour and a half done.
Let's go.
Let's roll. Washington, Carolina, an intriguing one there.
It's a lot of games.
We're taking
Sadness,
a run at Ryan for no reason.
sadness battle on Long Island. Stars and Jets is a banger for sure. And those are the best ones, right?
You're
there.
hungover, aren't you?
No, I'm good.
Oh.
I'm a little worried about this. I mean, this is a side note. Put your earmuffs on. I'm worried about what's going on in his tub. There might be some wires touching up there. Him doing that bear read.
That's true.
240 pound. No, 240 pound.
One more time.
The day before,
Are you
he
on
had a
repeat?
couple.
Is your CD skipping? What is with
he had a
the
couple the day before as well?
Derby? What?
Derby.
And even if he said Derby, it wouldn't have made sense.
It's because you don't know what a derby is. It's a soccer term. Calgary Hitmen in action tonight, fellas. They open up round 2.
Oh, Flash! Say
Flash.
This guy
Is that
writes
the guy
for
that
us.
writes for us?
Him and
Is that
Pike.
him?
It's the Flash Wrench.
I
That's
didn't
how
know
you
he
get
played
the-
on the Hitman.
Holy busy.
$25.
25
Look
lower
at
ball.
this. Woo-wee.
Yeah, sucking that McAfee.
Settle down, Lethbridge. Oh, you want more? There's a promo code. Let's show that tweet because we want to get you to the Hitman game. They got a hell of a team this year, Red.
Are we going to Lethbridge? Road
Should.
trip?
Oh, hell yeah.
Road games?
I'm not going.
Remember we went to that menswear store?
Yeah.
The top
Myers.
hat?
Brant Myers played at Lethbridge. I don't know.
Noodles.
Nothing to do
The
with it.
Noodler.
The Noodler
Noodler
delivered
was it.
pizza there. He told us that story. Round 2 is your promo code. If you want a deal, go get it, Hitman. Let's look at the schedule. Games 1 and 2. Thursday, Saturday. No Sunday fun day, of course, because the Flames are playing Sunday against the Sharks.
Tuesday, Wednesday, next week.
Not a chance.
Windy City. Back to back for
I
games
got
3 and 4.
lacrosse photos one of those days.
Indus?
And this
Which is basically Lethbridge.
to win.
Right. Yeah,
We're
it's,
there pretty
yeah.
much. It's
What?
easy.
Because that's on Sundays?
Friday.
Oh, Fridays in
Yeah,
Indus.
Friday,
Okay.
yeah.
That's why I can't go.
Rest
why
of the
you can't go
WHL
on Tuesday.
brackets. Here's what's left. Medicine Hat, PA, the
Yeah.
other Eastern Conference matchup. Everett, Portland, Spokane, Victoria.
I'll tell you, there's a lot of years. Those are not the playoff teams in the West. Everett and Portland and Victoria and Spokane.
Well, Portland's always in there. What do you mean?
Portland.
You guys remember when you destroyed me for going to Portland for a weekend?
It ruined your life.
Yeah, I got
in fairness.
married
If you'd have
almost
listened
immediately
to
after.
us.
I had kids, I think 10 months later.
Weird.
12 months later, but yeah, you get the point.
Anyway, why are you
Just Portland.
fond memory?
I just look on the screen and something remind me of you guys berating me at the old job for something.
Fucking Portland.
What's Portland? Who would ever go to Portland?
It's not a normal thing.
I'm not a
Don't-
normal guy. You know that.
I totally. I've yet to meet anyone else say I'm going to
Portland
Portland.
this weekend. Yeah, I've not.
Not run
In
into
fairness,
it.
that was probably the one and only time I've ever had somebody say, "You got plans this weekend?" Yeah, I'm going to Portland this
Jack, you know
weekend.
anyone that's ever gone to Portland?
What are you going to Portland for?
What was going on in Portland? Yeah.
Banging.
Thank you, Jack. They were going to Portland.
Maybe in the East there'd be people that'd be going to Portland, Maine for the weekend.
Oh,
I don't
no,
know
it's a
that
dump.
area.
Oh yeah.
I got some hot dogs we got to get to if you don't
All
mind.
right.
Great.
Let's get some
I
hot
didn't
dogs,
get one
shall we?
yesterday.
Look, baseball's back and I smell love.
Oh, it's in the air.
Look at Rhett and the shoveler.
Oh.
Hey, Red, you didn't know you went to a game yesterday.
Shoveler loves ball.
I didn't know you were in Chicago, Wrigley, huh?
No ketchup.
Chicago dogs, no ketchup on that dog.
Chicago. Now, here's the thing. These two look distracted, but not as distracted as Anthony Volpe for the Yankees. Another hope for 3-day Volpe. Let's keep the focus on baseball and not Instagram models, pal. Check your DMs.
Check your DMs. In case you haven't in the last little bit.
I just sent you a DM. Please check your DMs.
Check your DMs. Smiley face, fire emoji. Wink, wink.
Winky,
Who's
winky,
this?
smiley face. Guy that went 0 for 3 for the Yankees.
I don't care about that part. but
Is
That's
there
the
something else there?
Instagram model.
That's captured your attention. Wait a minute, just under that, can we scroll up just under the Volpe? Warner 44.
Oh,
Check-
geez.
no, seriously, check your DMs.
Baseball's fun.
Yeah, it
Baseball's
is.
back, and you guys have been begging for more highlights. I'm
Bang.
giving you baseball highlights.
Here's my.
This is St. Louis, Pittsburgh.
Oh, is
Jack's
this going to be
team.
a run itself?
Put your head in the, yeah.
Hmm.
Next game, let's go. Phillies, Braves.
Ooh, hard hit ball.
Got underneath.
Oh, fellas. We're teaching little, like,
Not
minors to do.
hit him
You're
in
call
the
them
face.
communicate.
Friggin' you hit him right in the mind.
No, because I thought that you're the center fielder. Well, no, but I thought you said it's your ball. You're center field. That's embarrassing to Major League.
You on it?
Oh no! But I got
He
it.
had time to react.
It's early in the season,
Very
still
early.
working out the kinks.
Yeah, and you know who's definitely
I don't know.
still not worked out all their kinks?
Tell us.
The worst team in Major League Baseball we've ever seen in our lives, the White Sox from last year.
They're crushing it.
Now,
still?
here's the thing. It's looking pretty good here. They're playing Cleveland. They're at the dish.
Yeah.
Bases are loaded,
Oh.
2 out. If you get this through the infield, you're in a position to win this game,
Still
tie
to
this
hit you,
game.
Dean.
Come on, big.
Top nine. Like, yeah.
But even if you're in game, it's like, let's go.
Great odds right now.
Even Cleveland's like, I don't know what.
That is the most White Soxy way. Even when things go right,
It is very Sox.
They
You know
go
what,
wrong.
though? They know what they're about, and they're committed to it,
Yeah.
and they stick to their
Unlike Dustin Wolf.
yes.
Old Talkman there, he knows.
What do we
I got a tennis point for you. We don't show tennis often.
love? Tennis.
Probably
Is it
get
you
flagged
with
for it.
Is it you with your wife?
Oh, yeah. What? No, here we are. It's actually Alcaraz playing, but this rally is
Alcatraz?
absurd.
I've never been. Have you?
It's awesome.
Watch the rally here.
I wanted to go.
Clay is better. Slows it down.
The
right?
clay, yeah. The athletes thrive on
Play Walker.
It's about to get good here.
Andrew.
I promise you that.
Getting married.
No way.
One of his
That's a
Go to
great shot.
Portland.
Hey, that's a great shot. That's
Oh!
between the legs. That's
No.
still in play. Now you rip one. into the net. Pretty good. They're getting ready. It's clay season, Dean. You know that.
That's in Cincinnati, Dean, where the Bengals play.
Cincy. It's Monte Carlo.
Didn't I hear the owner of the Bengals was like, "Yeah, if things don't, maybe I'll move this team. I might do it." Yeah.
So you get new stadia built.
Where do you move if you're a football team?
Saskatoon.
When or where?
Where?
St. Louis.
They already failed.
Didn't fail. They just want to go to LA more. LA's full now. London. Someone's going to do it.
That's a long ways away.
Yeah, but they do it every year anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know with the tariffs, so that might be tough. Now, our pal that helped us with some of the AI stuff a while ago came to life last night.
Oh, okay.
So a reminder of what he did before this, just to get everyone up to speed. So he had that made many moons ago for us. We had a big laugh about it because the kangaroos, Pinder Report, Hawaiian T-shirt, blah blah blah. I had long hair at the moment, so a little more appropriate. So we got some new, fresh content coming in last night. Let's get to our first one. I believe, like with Pike.
Does this guy want to work for us?
I think he's happy to get
merch going.
Well, first off, that's an iconic American painting. Obviously, you're familiar with the Shoveler and Rhett, American Gothic American. You know the famous painting?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's holding a shovel in this one, though, Rhett. You're holding a shovel. It's you and the shoveler.
Yes, get it?
I don't know.
That's you, Rhett. You don't remember taking this photo?
It's a painting. You must have sat still for
this
hours.
painting. You don't remember posing?
You're sitting there for hours.
Jack's loving this.
She should be holding the shovel.
Yes.
Being that she's the shoveler.
And that she's in charge. We'll move on.
Maybe it's because you're shorn there. Maybe if you had your salt and pepper
I do
beard.
like the middle part, though. That feels like...
That's a J-Bo.
Yeah, a bit of a J-Bo haircut.
That's how his hair was cut, wasn't it?
It was. Oh, yeah.
Middle part.
Still is, I bet, too.
Oh, yeah.
If it bet 365, it's still there.
Minus 10.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Next, what do we got? Well, here's the thing about
Spike. That's guys. You see the background. It's the afterburner background there.
Things get a little naughty after hours.
Ryan Pike has entered the chat. Pike. With the wrench.
And then he was texting me last night. What did you think of my tool? Pretty impressive, eh? Can you please stop sending me pictures of your wrench, Pike? It's getting a bit out of hand, to be honest.
It's so inside. People don't know why the wrench. There's about 13 people who will know why.
Wow, everyone in the chat will like our next one. I believe it's our last one, Jack. Is that right? Because we've met characters around that are watching on the YouTubes every day. This is
there's
Mr. Public with his I Love Dan Vladar poster and his typewriter where he's written, Wolf is useless and just hype. Top of the league in multiple stats mean nothing to me. The whole world is wrong, and I know because I'm the best and smartest.
Oh my goodness gracious! And then the literal one of the actual posts from today. What goaltending shit show?
And then he says, "Did you know I'm also a doctor that could diagnose with my eyes?"
It's been a while. I don't mind telling you. It's been a wild day.
This is funny. This is very funny. He doesn't handle criticism maybe super well.
Is it funny for everyone involved?
Not Payne, I'm guessing.
Well,
he's very much.
It's the greater good.
I would say he's in a minority, so he's got to have his dukes up a lot. He's very much in the Vladar is good, Wolf is overrated camp.
We got to fix his hair first off. That doesn't look.
That's not his hair. Yeah.
I'm ready to make T-shirts, guys. The American Gothic
cut him in.
Oh, look at this. There we are. Yeah.
In fact, this could be a Pinder post. I care. Math.
Yeah, I'm not.
Context.
Damn, Vladar is better than Wolf. Nice poster, though. You could sell those too.
That is pretty good. It's very grouchy.
He just said, I'm dead. He's dying. Wow. Finally, couple to send us into Masters Thursday, friends.
Oh.
Now, we talked about that. Well, we're going to need the sound on this.
Hello, friends.
Should we get a Masters update while this is going? I feel like that would be gross.
Hello.
This weekend, but
Ryan, we have no golf stuff lined up, so
Oh,
I don't know where
That's
this
what I'm
is
just
going.
going to a live leaderboard update here as we start off the first day.
It's a podcast. People will listen to this.
Tradition.
It'll be old data
Unlike
the
any
instant
other.
you put it out there. So we can.
Colin Morikawa's 3 under pars. Sure the lead.
Oh,
Scotty Scheffler, Ty Hatton, and Justin Rose. Top Canadian Corey Connors at 2 under. Here's your Masters update. We're supposed to save money. You're telling me with the service, the big share.
That's right. Yeah.
You got to tell people to do that because if you don't, they just won't. People will spend money on dumb stuff.
Spending your money on stupid shit.
Stained Glass Macho Man Randy Savage Slim Jim Edition. Stained Glass Macho Man Randy Savage, the Cream of the Crop Edition. The Macho Man Garden Gnome. He's holding a Slim Jim. Saint Randy Savage, a candle of Saint Macho Man. Macho Man Randy Savage, Macho Man Creamer action figure. Macho Man Randy Savage puppet. Oh yeah. Mean Gene Okerlund puppet. Signed Wolfpack t-shirt by all the original members. Macho Man rap album. The Macho Man rap album vinyl. This graded Macho Man comic book that I thought I was able to open up and look at, but you can't. Ceramic South Park Macho Man. The Macho Man baseball card. Macho Man playing card. Slim Jim canister tin thing. All the faces of Macho Man. The Macho Dude, Randy Lebowski. All of these Macho Man sunglasses. Macho Man weight belts. Macho Man crowns. And 32 total Macho Man cosplay costumes. There are so many.
We do need to be
Cream will rise to the top.
In fairness, once you get started down some, you get a couple of things because that's kind of cool. Then you're almost a collector, so then you just kind of keep going. I can see how that would happen.
Yep.
Do you have those habits and tendencies?
No, not Dean. No, gosh, no.
100%.
Be better.
I feel like I'm not to that level though. There's a breaking point that comes far before all of this.
Yeah, when the person you live with looks at you with
Yeah, there is that. Yeah, you don't see any shots of his lady friend in the background.
Not too worried about that. In this
Just his
instance.
canister for Slim Jims.
Now, you know Kevin Harlan, who does a great play-by-play
Yes.
voice? He's calling a basketball game here. And, pull back the curtain a bit. We have a certain number of reads that we do in a show, and he'll have to do on a sports broadcast. Whoever printed and wrote his reads, maybe a little off.
Tonight from Madison Square Garden, the NBA on TNT is brought to you by the new crispy tenders at CarMax. What? The way car buying should be. Can that be? What is that? Wait a minute. Hold on.
I'm holding.
Hold on. Are they serving tenders with cars? Are there tenders in the car?
Because if there is, you're in.
We just had the marriage of 2 different sponsors, and it was ugly. Who wrote that?
Only you can laugh about it.
Well, that just goes to show you, I literally will read anything they put in front of me without even looking like, holy cow.
Tenders at CarMax. Great to make it look easy, Dean.
Also, great.
Enjoy the new spicy tenders.
CarMax. That's your Pinder Report.
Very nice. I wonder if they have them at Village Honda. Do you think?
Well,
I'm here for
only
the
one way to
spicy
find it.
tenders Pinder was talking about.
At the drive-through.
I don't know. It was on the Pinder Report. I assume he was talking about it. I associate Pinder Report with Village Honda. He was talking about these delicious tenders.
Freak out.
Here to deposit my money.
You know what, Anthony?
Something to consider.
Something to consider.
Having those sitting
Nerd,
there
you already got the good coffee.
in the
Just add some
warming
tenders.
drawer by the coffee.
I see the lineups that they've got for the old Chick-fil-A over there. People go crazy. I shouldn't say because then people will be stampeding their way to Village Honda. Free
Just-
bucket of tenders with every
Just take your car and sell them if you're going to go get the tenders.
every Honda Civic that we sell. CarMax.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Village Honda. They'd love to buy that used vehicle that you've got if you're trading it in. They want your trade-ins. If you have got a lease that you're returning to another dealership, they'd like to talk to you about it first. Payment within 24 hours if you come to a deal. Complimentary appraisals. Complimentary. That's like, what's complimentary nowadays? We were just talking about it. Nothing. Except for this. Apparently.
Just that.
Just that.
Apparently.
Like complimentary.
VillageHonda.com.
What about hockey skates? Could they have hockey skates?
Complimentary?
Yeah.
Well, I know that they do take donations for the.
The
I'm not sure you should do that though.
Not sure you should be there.
equipment bank.
Go rummaging through the
Flames Foundation
sports
equipment bank.
the sports bank there for.
Hey, this looks like a nice pair.
Hi, sir. Can I help you with anything today? No,
You got a size 13.
it's hard to find my size. I'm good. Okay, so we've got a few things we got to talk about here. It's Thursday, so that's the start of a new week for our Safeway. My NHL picks.
Oh yeah.
Went 3-2 last week. The week prior, you and I both went 4-1, 4-1.
Both went 3-2.
Both went 3-2.
Ready to bounce back.
Bounce back.
5-0 coming. Let's go.
It's on the Safeway app. If you don't have the Safeway app, then get it. And the key here too is on Friday, because so you put your picks in. You don't need to do it today. How it works? Every Thursday, they open up the whole week of games, all the NHL games for the next 7 nights. It's just there's more fish in that barrel. If you get in on Thursday, then you go in on Friday, and there's chances for you activate offers for grocery offers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Another thing we were talking about.
Get some points. Let's go.
That's right.
Scene points.
Scene points, bonus entries, grocery offers, plus a grand prize of maybe, just maybe, you and 3 friends going to a season opener for the 2025 NHL season of your choice. Not too shabby. Here's what I got going for you for the week ahead. This is dangerous territory, Rhett. You've talked about it. It's which teams packed it in. Some of the teams that are no good, maybe, hey, they're just playing. They got young guys in there.
Fancy free.
Tonight, Colorado at Vancouver. Vancouver was eliminated without playing. That's always hard.
Oh, last night, were they?
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
I'm taking Colorado to beat the Vancouvers. Tampa's just better than Detroit. Detroit also is recently eliminated, and they're still fighting
Tampa's
away.
still fighting, yeah.
The Rangers have really packed it in. They gave up a empty netter bar down last night.
Should have seen it, boys.
From the far end.
Yeah.
You probably think it can't happen.
It happened.
It can happen. The Jetsos against the Hawks at home.
Seems one
or not at home.
On the road.
I don't know where they are. And then the Caps against the Jackets. Jackets don't score a lot. That's on Sunday. Those are my 5 picks.
All right. We'll see if we have any overlap.
Yeah, all right.
I threw my games in as well. Golden Knights over Kraken, Kings over Ducks, Canes over Rangers, Jets on the road over Chicago, Blues on the road over Seattle.
What kind of negative fiber? What?
I'll pick it by picking the Blues.
I'm a realist.
That could sink your battleship.
Not mine, but yeah.
Get the Safeway app. Play along. You could be a grand prize winner.
I always get one wrong, right? It's just that's part of the one. Yeah.
Scene points.
Won't matter much if the Flames can't win tomorrow.
Bugatti.
Oh, such a Bugatti.
We should go. I can't. I got to be in.
Let's go chat.
Is it tomorrow, Friday?
Friday.
Download the Safeway app. Start playing today for your chance to win my NHL picks contest. So the in fairness, we said yesterday it's Masters weekend, and when you think weekend, you're thinking Saturday, Sunday. But if you want to get in the Masters pool and you wait till Saturday,
it's too late.
The event's kind of half over.
I got bad news. If you're not in yet, you're not getting in.
That's the thing. But we did want to give some love to our sponsors because we got some prizes that we're going to be giving away. See how smart you are in terms of your golf prowess,
prognosticating skills. Yeah,
in your head. The Totem Golf Group and Safe Today. Safe Today got the round for 4 carts at Highwood Golf in High River. Also, the Big Sky Barbecue out by Okotoks, $100 gift card. Delicious. I'm due for a visit. It's been too long. Safe Today, solving safety problems for golf courses, dealerships, and hospitality businesses for more than 7 years. Whatever it is that you need, you're running your business. Programs, training for your staff, support, software, all in one monthly subscription. They customize your program, walk you through implementation, and provide monthly feedback and advice. For all the details, call Ryan at Safe Today, 780-216-1785, or email Ryan at safetoday.ca. Rhymes. And then, of course, the Totem Golf Group. Sundry Check out the stay and play packages available, sundrygolf.com, Mountain View Inn and Suites, and Grey Wolf Golf Course in Panorama, BC. The mountain views are incroyable.
Nice out there already, or what's
It's getting nice.
Sure, dude. And the totem group for so if you don't win the grand prize, still a chance for you. A pair of passes for both Sundry and Grey Wolf.
2 separate golf trips. Love it.
Love it.
Want to shout out the Traveling Booms, currently in the top 10.
Hey, nice.
Also, Booms Rebuking.
Yeah, I do that time to time.
I love 9th place. Clearly a Flames fan there for that
Right,
one.
yeah.
Rhett for mayor, Rhett for prime minister. Both those teams doing well. And the Bonton Bombers also hanging around. So 500 plus entries. Some great names in there.
Terrific. Congrats to everybody.
We'll have a winner by Monday.
Or guess good luck to everybody.
Also, folks at Bears Paw caught wind of this, said, look, we don't need any run, but we're giving away some passes to Bears Paw for 3rd place. You need a 3rd place prize. Said,
No kidding.
done.
just like that? Bob's your uncle.
Easy, done. We'll announce the winners on Monday.
Bears Paw. That bear fathered 70% of all the bears.
Yeah.
It's a very bold proclamation.
You know what happens? They're territorial.
You can't prove nothing.
I don't know how you're proving that.
You can prove it with DNA.
But it's like every bear, they're taking
23
DNA to see if
Yeah, they put little feeding areas and
The
the catches
boss
a little
is-
piece of their hair, and then they can do the lineage of who's who.
What are you?
You know this?
Horticulturalist? You're just
you're
making
you
shit
don't
up.
you what do
I
you
watched one documentary
Oh,
on
yeah.
bears, and I'm
they
probably
got feeding stations and they take the hair and they you're such
I literally saw a thing on it.
I
don't know.
think we have to find out if this is true. We need a.
This is not the first time I've heard about the boss. We've heard about the boss for like 10
boss
years
is
now.
No, I
right?
understand
And
that.
so I think somewhere down the rabbit hole, I fell into some, video about the
Yeah,
boss.
He
and
does.
they
Have
can-
you seen the Pinder Report?
I have.
There's a lot of things that you would never.
Only every day.
Right?
And it's only useless shit that's stuck up here. It's not stuff you can actually use in life. This is the type of thing I would know.
How do they know? Are they checking every bear? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
They got
Dave.
feeding stations.
They got little.
Yeah, they
barbed wire
get
go
the
through
they
and
get their fur and their hair and stuff and some semen and they test her all right there. Oh yeah.
Listen, Public Pain knows for sure. He's got to tell us. Am I on the right path here? Or am I totally
Leave
have to
pain alone.
Yeah.
What?
We've already
He'd
put up
know.
an AI graphic of him.
It's not him. Look at us. He doesn't have a mustache and hair like that. It's clearly not him.
Next, a week tonight.
Stop hitting him.
A week tonight.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Barn Burner playoff draft. Oh, are we gonna make fun of some people?
Yeah.
We are gonna shit talk some people.
And you're bringing the sample?
I think so. Yeah. You know what?
That's just because he doesn't want to walk around because his ankles hurt.
No, I do like
Yeah,
that
He's got
part.
Cankles.
It is easier to kind of make fun of people, but
He wants to be the Sesame Street or whatever the hell it is. Not Sesame Street.
try again.
I forget what
He
it's-
wants to be the
Muppets.
Muppet Show.
The old curmudgeon he's
Statler and Waldorf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that. Next Thursday, April 17th, in support of Kids Sport Calgary, we're doing it once again. It's the playoff draft. Tables of 8 sitting there, having some grub, having some drinks over at the BMO Center, getting made fun of. Or
Can't
maybe,
wait.
or maybe just showing everybody how it's done. Winning some cash, bragging rights. Could be. Presented by Fountain Tire, Alberta born. Great business. 100, what was that number? 165 stores from BC to Ontario. Started in Wainwright, Alberta. I'm not sure if I've ever been to Wainwright.
I've been to Wainwright.
Yeah. Indus?
Different
Never, eh?
Paul Brandt.
McLeod Law. Litigators. You're litigating over here. You're litigating over there. Does that make you? Litigators. And Cowboys Casino, which is where the after party will be held.
How late I can stay up.
Also the before party, because we're probably going to be watching
True.
some other Bugattis on the TVs in the sports lounge before it
Yeah.
starts, then pop right over and then
There's only one game that night, isn't it?
that's a few. I'll check. I think the
Flames
Leafs play.
Kings.
Leafs
but
play on the
that's a-
17th.
Isn't that a makeup game?
Yeah, but they found a way to ram it in the last day of the schedule, luckily.
Sorry.
But yes, it is a makeup game. It's the wildfire game.
Oh, I thought it was a.
There
I thought it was
are-
another one of those. The playoffs have started, but
Yeah,
No. Those are so fun. I don't know they want to really do that again. 7 games, 14 teams in action on the 17th. Just a note, scheduling wise, any of those teams playing on the 17th have been ruled out of playoff games on the 19th per Friedman. So you want to try to line up who's playing Saturday night, first Saturday of playoffs. Not going to be the Leafs.
Can you give me that one more time? What are you saying?
Last game day of the year, the schedule
so on Thursday,
is the 17th.
Yes.
Any team playing on the 17th won't be scheduled for the 19th. We're going to give
see.
teams at least 2 days before starting
Gotcha.
the playoffs. So for all the
kind.
Saturday night Leafs on TV, it's probably not going to happen.
There you go. That's a relief.
Again, useless shit up here. Right?
That was the only thing I was thinking about.
How unfair.
Guys, be careful because a team tonight might be playing in 2 days. Nope. Pinder again to the rescue.
You're welcome.
With bare semen and knowledge. In support of Kids Sport Calgary.
It's for the kids.
It's for the kids.
Always giving back.
Always.
What are you doing with this bear? It's for the kids.
That's gross, dude. I fell down a rabbit hole. I had to find out for myself. Bet365. Breaking news coming in from Bet365. Every nail-biting overtime win is a barn burner. Face-off, hat trick, power play, shot on goal, penalty shot. Every suspenseful minute in between is amazing. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365, an official partner of the NHL. Download the Bet365 app today and use the code NATION to get in on the game. Must be 19 or older. Please play responsibly.
We've been riding the hot Coronado, but the Flames don't play tonight, so we're going to look elsewhere. Canucks, they're going to be pouty pants, fill their diaper. No good tonight. In Colorado, we're going with Cale Makar, 2+ points. It's 2 or more, plus 155. And you mentioned this last night on Afterburner. Don't mind the Jets at plus money. Everyone, the Jets this, the Jets that. Top team in the West. Getting them plus money. Should be a hell of a game at a minimum.
Yeah, it's called taking a chance for a reason. It's not a guarantee.
These are not the guarantees. These are the wagers.
Yeah, should be a humdinger of a game either way. Whichever side you lay your shekels on. Bet365. Be 19 or older. Please play responsibly. Yepper.
What about music for that? No?
For the Betway segment?
Yeah.
No.
Huh? You guys are better at that than I am.
We had some music behind a couple of the things. It was distracting.
Masters music.
Tough to for Jack to ride levels.
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about? So people wound up in the thing?
Yeah. I saw Payne, oddly enough, with some very disparaging remarks against somebody.
Me or just
no, not you.
Yeah, okay.
It was against some other commenter.
Let him have it?
Yeah, offside.
Unnecessary.
Yeah. Too far. I think even he would admit that if you were to
go back,
sit him down and say, "Hey, Payne, it's
also unloading a bit of his resume here. He's talking.
Yeah, he's letting everybody know.
Earned and
yeah. Do we have any? Do I need to play the horn?
Big time.
All right, then let's do that. Because that means we've got super chats, and that means a little bit more money for the Youth Centers of Calgary. You make a donation inside the YouTube chat as we are doing the show live. We'll take the money and get it to those folks, and then we'll show your comment on the show. Daniel. It's time to get the young guys in there now, right? Parik, Suniev, Honzik, Brstevich.
Not the last two.
I don't think so.
Last two are trying to, get on a nice playoff run with the AHL team. Leave them be. Other two are up with the team. They're on the roster.
What were you going to say? What are your...
I think you're still in a fight and you don't need to make changes, but whatever. Yeah. I caution people that if Parik and Suniev get into 2 games at the end of the year after Flames, whether they're eliminated or not, it doesn't make a difference on their career and their trajectory.
That can't be right because I saw Spencer Fu for 2 games and I knew he was
right.
a star.
Like Bill Arnold.
Hakeem Alou really turned the corner.
Who was one of those other donkeys that
they
got in?
Kenny
Morrison.
Morrison.
Only one team that it ever happens to. Like,
It's one of those guys that got back in the
Kenny Agostino,
12 points in the one.
Rito, Mark Kandari.
Yeah, it was one of those. Was it the Iggy trade?
That was the name I just said.
right?
I've forgotten on. I just blanked, but I just said his name.
No, I just think of all
Kenny Agostino, Ben Hanowski.
Ben Hanowski. That's
There
who
you
it
go.
was. Yeah,
Hank.
that's who it was.
Kenny and Benny, and a first.
Thanks, Ig.
Thanks for nothing. Anyway, what's up with that? Haven't seen Frank in a long time. Who
What's
pissed
up
him
with
off?
Who did piss him off? Well, I wasn't the one that owed him a bottle of whiskey for 2 years.
That's 3 now.
3 now.
But he cheated for that.
No, you challenged an insider on something you shouldn't have, and he made you get him a bottle of whiskey.
He knew the answer.
He's an insider.
Cheated. He played off my emotion.
Did
Yeah,
he?
took advantage of you 100%.
Yes.
You can't do that. You shouldn't do that anyway.
What's he looking for? Or you just
I want to find the one because Payne is now saying, well, if somebody says something, I'm going to call them stupid. It's like, well, that's like a little further stupid.
I have no idea what Dean is talking about. Someone calls me crazy. Why should I not call them
Okay.
stupid?
Here, so call him stupid. Joel, you're an insulting turd hammer, so go fuck yourself and take your childish insults to the dump, newbie. Yeah, I guess that's calling him stupid. I guess it's on me for taking that the wrong way.
You're reading too much into it.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, Payne. It felt a bit aggressive at the time.
Yeah.
You're right.
Mhm.
That was the appropriate measure.
I've always hit first and then
Turd hammer. Jeff, will the Flames ever
Oh God.
really have the ability to bottom out with the combo of Murray Edwards, influence, and Wolf? Leaves Conroy a bit handcuffed. No.
Well, hang on. I mean, like,
Let Rhett's ready.
I'm not ready
To approach this.
he's ready to go to sleep. I saw him there.
Rhett, what do you think? Are they ever
It's the age-old question.
really ever going to have the ability to bottom out? Especially with that combo of the Murray Edwards influence. What a great band. It's a trio. It's like James Dolan's
Is that
band.
his cover band? Yeah. Awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the Murray Edwards influence. And Wolf.
For their sidekick. Wolf.
Look, they got Bennett at 4, Monahan at 6, Kachuk at 5 or 6. It's not like he didn't let them get that bad.
Yeah.
Get some draft lottery luck. You might pick one. Who knows?
It's the conversation. But with Wolf now in present time,
Well,
it does feel like bottoming out.
Swayman in present time might have the Bruins picking top 5. You never know with goalies.
It's true.
Everyone liked the Bruins to be better than they are.
The Sway
Shit
Dog was a
happens.
stud.
They got Pasternak 100-point season. They got McAvoy, who gets hurt halfway through the year, and they got Swayman in net, and they're one of the worst teams in the NHL.
Is Swayman over 900 now?
Maybe, but
He was garbage. The team in front of him is garbage.
team's garbage.
Well, they should have signed him.
Garbage. They did sign him.
Sooner, I think is Red's point.
Sooner?
Sunia.
Sooner.
Idar
Sooner.
Sooner.
Scotty Kerr, 5 being 9-14 in OT this year. Can you imagine if we were even 12-11, 2 points back, not 5? OT losses have cost this team playoffs 2 of the last 3 years.
Yes, but
Yates.
look at the roster. How could they be good at 3-on-3?
Yates.
It's not the worst take, Scott, but I could also just say, well, if only we'd have won this game. Can you imagine?
Mm-hmm. Only we could put McCarr and McKinnon out in overtime, or McDavid and Drysdale. We'd win more in the playoffs.
And you know what?
Too.
It's not really sporting that they do put both of them out at the same time.
No, it's not fair.
Not fair. Rubbing it in.
Who's that gray-haired donkey in Colorado, the coach?
Bednar.
What are you doing, Bednar? Both of them?
That's what you'd do if it was fair, though. I think it's Gary's fault for not stepping in and putting a kibosh
Gary.
on it.
Well, we get it a couple times a year from up north. Well, the coach has decided to make a bit of a change. He's entertaining putting McDavid and Draisaitl together. Oh,
so to get
a bit of a spark, he make some shuffling of the roster.
Can we get the updated Payne? We just want to round out this conversation.
No, I think we have to just move on.
Pinder
There's
and
been
I think Pinder and Jack could just sit here and
I know.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
totally.
Pinder and Bob Germany were going at each other on social.
It was a lovely debate. I wasn't upset, or he did.
You love a debate.
I do.
Milk, 5 bean.
Milk.
One thing that bothered me last night is how poor the Flames were passing. So many backhand passes or passes into coverage, especially on the power play. Blah.
Bad ice in Anaheim, team. Just to be a
Bad power play in Anaheim.
Both teams got to play that same ice, though,
It
right?
was an pandemic. They used to have, there was consultations on how they were going to fix the ice because guys were popping groins in Anaheim.
You know who can handle that ice? Zayne Perrick. Bad ice in Saginaw, bad ice in Anaheim. 6 power plays, 0 for 6.
There might not be a more similar place to Saginaw on Earth
Nope.
than Anaheim.
Did he do an interview last night?
Undercoaching or overcoaching? It's hard to say.
He did the intermission, and they did something with Flames TV in the morning.
He has quite a coif of hair right now.
Great flow.
Yeah.
Great flow. He's wearing his draft suit. Very excited guy.
You would do one of these if you had it. Kind of like Payne.
Look at that, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Look at it.
Kids.
He's going to be awesome.
So
Very
dumb.
excited about him.
He's not dumb. Didn't he graduate high school and
He's done for years.
he was
This is
6?
an incredibly
Well, that
smart
makes
kid.
you smart. So teenage boys, from your recollecting, that's
From my recollecting,
brilliant.
boys are stupid.
I would say, generally speaking,
Like,
amongst the class of dum-dums, those who have finished high school by the time they're in grade 11 versus,
you know what?
not passing and doing the we suck at math.
You
math
can't
courses.
put this guy in Jake Bean's slot and expect him to
How hard
handle
would it be to pass high school right now? You do an online course
or replace
and you
Jake
just
Bean.
AI the whole thing and you win. You're done.
I don't want him at school. I want to play it. Let's go. Lose Friday. Let's go.
I hope he's good enough to be here. What do they do if he's not?
They're in a tough spot for next year.
Then he can't play.
Get 10 games. It's done with the World Juniors, but yeah, it's going to be ugly if he has to go back to the O. It's going to be real ugly, and that stupid bleeping rule will rear its ugly head again.
What if he's not ready though?
Should be playing in the A, which he's not allowed to do.
You're just going to say that. Yeah, but what if he's not ready? And then it's just winding the Pinder top. But if he can't play here, does he have to go back to the Ontario Hockey League?
Saginaw?
But Ryan, what if he plays 10 in the NHL? Then can he go to the American League?
You know what he should do, Ryan? He should play for the Wranglers next year.
Yeah, just send him down to Hall. No.
Down the hall to the Heats.
Head pops off his shoulders. Well, yeah, that'd be good if they could. The stupid rule.
It is dumb.
Dear.
Dumb,
I'm
dumb,
starving. Jack,
dumb
buy me some
everywhere,
food.
Rhett.
You guys going for a drink?
What do you drink when you watch the Masters?
That's a good question.
Mint
actually.
julep.
That's,
I'm
Kentucky
so
Derby.
mad at Durr because he's going
Really?
away this week. Masters is always in his golf room,
Mm.
and it's always epic. Crickets. Oh, I forgot. I'm out in the mountains. Well, you're an ass. That's
Durr.
what you are.
Yeah. It's very Durr not to think about you when making plans first. You know?
Mhm.
How will this impact retro?
How will this affect Red?
It's a tradition.
Unlike any other, to be fair.
So now what are you going to do?
I don't know.
Do you remember when Rhett came up with
Go
the
to
idea for this
Indus.
podcast and then
Mm-hmm.
didn't ask us before he moved to Buffalo 5 days before it was supposed to start?
Ask for your permission.
So, hey, are you coming to this meeting? Wait, there's
Why
a photo.
didn't they think of me?
You're in a diner with Rob Ray.
What the hell's going on here?
So I guess you're not making this 11:30
You're not at the
meeting. That was before your time, Jack.
I don't recollect, Jack.
I actually just got my LinkedIn notification 2 years today.
Hey, you guys should buy Jack lunch.
Come watch the Masters.
Cobb salad.
Bob Cobb, Brown Derby. For you, buddy.
That was way too slow.
I know.
If you're gonna take that, you better be better on it. With the event.
He hasn't even found the applause for it.
Go fuck yourself.
That's pretty good.
A little aggressive.
I
on
feel
all
like that one was right on time.
Jeez, that was-
And that one too. See you, buddies.